What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be rebuilding the Jacksonville Jaguars. Uh, let's go ahead and look at their roster. I mean, their roster isn't horrible. On paper, not horrible. Trevor Lawrence is iffy. I mean, he hasn't been great. He hasn't been great, but he's still young enough where if he has time to turn it around. Like, if he has like a good next 1 or 2 seasons, then that's good. But like, I'm only giving him maybe 2 or 3 seasons. By the time he's 27, 28 years old, if he isn't like an 85 plus overall, then I might just end up getting rid of him. Because at that point, like, I want to get him up to at least a 90 overall before he starts regressing. Because, like, he'll start regressing around the 30, 31-year-old mark. So, in about 5 years, I want to get him up to 90 overall. He's a 74, so that's obviously going to be difficult. But if he has a good cup, if his first 2 years, end up looking good, then I'll keep, going with Trevor Lawrence. But if not, I might have to get rid of him. But something that is promising, BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr. looks like a dog. 82 overall, 21 years old, 6'3", with 96 speed. I mean, that's amazing. Then you got Travis Etienne, who he hasn't been great, but he's superstar, 82 overall. He's only 25, which means I can get another 3-4 years out of him before he regresses. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I think I'm gonna let him go be the starter for at least 2 or 3 years. There's Tank Bigsby, who is 23. He on paper isn't bad either. But I do think I'm gonna give the starting job to Travis Etienne. If he seems to be really bad, like for the first like 2 years, let's say, I might go over to Tank Bigsby because then he'll only be like 25, so he'll still have 2 or 3 good years left. You also have like Christian Kirk, who's 27. He has about 2 or 3 years before he regresses, so he's not gonna get much better. Maybe up to like an 84, 85. Evan Ingram's gonna begin regressing because he's 29. So, we may have 2 or 3 years of him. And then this O-line isn't very young. I mean, Brandon Sheriff, Mitch Morse are both in their 30s. Ezra Cleveland is 26. So it's like, it's not going to get much better, but he will get a little bit better. And then you have Walker Little and Harrison, who are both normal devs. So even if they're young, doesn't really matter. And then you got this defense. On this defense, I really like Devin Lloyd, Josh Hines Allen, Trayvon Walker, Tyson Campbell, Andre Cisco. I think those guys should stay with us for a long time. Alua Khan, he is getting older. He's 29, so again, we'll probably have 2 or 3 good years out of him, and then he'll be to the point where we'd have to find a replacement. Darnell Savage isn't all that good. I mean, he'll be okay. Eric Armstead's just okay. We don't have, our DBs are not great, but Andre Cisco and Tyson Campbell are young enough to the point where I think they can develop into being pretty good starters. But the rest of the guys, I mean, maybe Jerrion Jones, maybe Darnell Savage, but the rest of the guys, like, no chance at all, in my opinion. But the big, the big looker here, Josh Hines Allen, he's a dog, 27, 90 overall X Factor. He is the key piece of this defense, most definitely. So as long as we can keep him, I think we'll have a pretty solid defense for, the next 5, 6, 7 years. So I'm going to make a few changes before we start. So I will be right back. I'm trading away Devon Hamilton and Devin Duvernay for Daxton Hill. Okay, I'm trading away Wingard, Reynolds, Kuma. I'm swapping third round picks and giving them a fourth round pick this year and a fourth in 3 years for JOK. Yeah, I'm trading away Eric Armstead, Johnson, DeGuria, and a fourth round pick this year for Osa Odigizua. Okay, I'm trading away Johnson, Darby, a fourth next year and a fifth in 2 years for Wharton. Okay, so this is the team right before we head into the first season. After the couple of trades I made, O line looks the same, tight ends the same, receiver rooms basically the same. Offense is basically the same. I didn't really change anything on offense except getting rid of some players that weren't really starters. Most of them were backups or were gonna be backups. But on defense, you do have JOK now, Osa Odigizua, Wharton, and Daxton Hill all on this defense now. Okay, we're 2-5 at the midseason. That's about what I expected. I expected maybe about 3-4, but we're 2-5 with some players ready to negotiate. We got Andre Cisco, Osa Odigizua, Tershawn Newton, Brandon Sheriff, then backups. And then we have Devin Lloyd, Trayvon Walker, and Daxton Hill's 5th-year option. Okay. So I think the two main ones, Andre Cisco and Osa Odigizua, give Andre Cisco. I'm gonna give him 3 years. A 3-year deal. He takes it. Osa, I'll give you a 3-year as well. He takes it. Tershawn Newton. Yeah, I think I'll wait on you. You don't want to come back, so you want to be overpaid. Brandon Sheriff, you're probably gonna regress, so I'll wait till the end of the year, and you don't want to come back. So I think we wait till the end of the year for both of these guys. But I'm glad we got the other two back. Trevor Lawrence, 1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, but 9 interceptions with a 67 completion percentage, sacked 11 times. Rushing, ETN with 450 yards and 6 touchdowns, 4.5 a carry. He's going off. Rushing. Christian Kirk, 470 yards, 3 touchdowns, 470 and 6 touchdowns for Ingram, 390 and a touchdown for Davis, and BTJ with 350 and 2 touchdowns. He's wide receiver 1. He should be getting more targets, but I guess not. Blocking 63110. Defense, Aluakon and JOK lead the team in tackles with 47. Trayvon Walker leads the team in TFLs with 12. 4.5 sacks from Osa Odigizua, 2 for Wharton, 3 interceptions from Campbell, 2 from Jones, and 1 from Savage, Cisco, and Hill. Deflections, JOK leads the team with 8 forced fumbles, 1 from Aluakon, 1 from Walker, a block kick from Cisco, no safeties, and a touchdown from Savage. So we make it to the playoffs. Somehow we were 2-5 and we finished 9-8. I kind of wish we were just trash. Ravens, Niners, first round bye. Bills, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Jags, Dolphins, Eagles, Giants, Packers, Lions, Bucks, Cowboys. Okay, so Trevor Lawrence, 4,300 yards, 29 touchdowns, 19 interceptions, 67 completion percentage, 24 sacks. I mean, if he could have like half those interceptions, like if he only threw like half of those, like if he threw like 9 or 10, that would be a pretty decent year, but those interceptions are a little too much. ETN, 900 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3.8 a carry. We want to get those yards per carry up a little bit. Not a bad year. Christian Kirk, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, 950 and 7 touchdowns for Ingram, 930 and 5 touchdowns from BTJ, and 780 and 6 touchdowns from Gabe Davis. To be honest, BTJ, it's not even like he's not even getting the ball enough. It's like Christian Kirk with basically the same amount of receptions, made a lot more happen with, after getting it. So since BTJ just couldn't do very much after the catch. So that's kind of his fault. Blocking 10-7-3-2-1. JOK led the team with 119 tackles. TFLs. Wharton led the team with 19. Walker with 19 as well. 15 for Josh Hines Allen and 14 for Odigizua. Osa with 7 sacks, 6 for Walker, 4.5 for Wharton, 3.5 for Josh, 3.5 for JOK. Interceptions. Campbell led the team with 6, 3 for Savage and 3 for Jones, 2 for JOK, Hill, and Cisco, and 1 for Aluakon. Deflections. Aluakon led the team with 13. Forced fumbles. 3 from Aluakon, 1 from Jones, 1 from Walker. A block kick from Cisco. No safeties and a touchdown from Savage. Yearly awards. MVP goes to Josh Allen. We're not up there. Coach of the year, we don't make it up there. Offensive player of the year for the AFC, we have no one. Defensive player of the year for the AFC, no one. Offensive rookie of the year for the AFC, BTJ at 4th. Defensive rookie of the year for the AFC, Jarian Jones at 3rd. Best QB, we don't make it up there. Running back, ETN at 7th. Receiver, Christian Kirk at 9th. O-line, Brandon Sheriff at 5th. D-line, we have Trayvon Walker at 8th. And then linebacker, we have JOK at 8th. DB, we have Tyson Campbell at 4th. And then kicker, Cam Little sneaks in at 10th. Well, since it's our first playoff game, I'm going to play the moments of this game, even though we probably will lose. Okay, we're in, and the first chance we get to be in the game is on defense. It's 3rd and 7 for the Dolphins. I'm going to hop on a Aluakon here. Probably a pass. I doubt they run it on 3rd and 7. And Tua seems to be under pressure. He throws it away. So they go for a field goal. They get the field goal. It's our chance to make something happen here. Red zone alert. We're on the 14, 1st and 10. Let's see. I'm going to try to run it with ETN here. He's going to get 2 yards. Not great. Not the worst, though. I'm glad he picked up yards. Gonna run it once again outside for about 2 yards. Yeah, not looking great. To be honest, not looking all that great. Trevor Lawrence, though, gonna take off and get in. First touchdown, Trevor Lawrence runs it in. 7-3, but we gotta go back out on defense here because the Dolphins are on the 17. Gonna run a blitz here. Ooh, that almost could have been intercepted there if I was ready for it, but I was not ready for that. Let's see. Big hit. They're going to get 6 yards, though, because he kind of flies backwards. Maybe shouldn't have gone for the hit stick. Gonna blitz, though, again. And under pressure, he holds on. I thought maybe we could have, knocked it out there, but no, he holds on. So now it's 10-7. It's 3rd down for us, so we definitely need to do something here. But Travis Etienne, open enough to get the first down. Now on the 19. I think I'm gonna try to run it here with ETN. Getting outside. He's gonna get all the way around everybody and get it in for the touchdown. We're up 14-10, but the Dolphins, 3rd down on the 36 with 2 minutes left. 3rd and 3 on the 36. I'm going to guess pass. It could be a run, though, but yeah, I didn't think so. But they get the first down. Down to the 5 with about a minute left. I'm on Devin Lloyd here. And Washington catches that, gets them down to the 1. They're going to call their first timeout. If they get the touchdown here, I don't hate it. That leaves us with 3 timeouts in about a minute. But they don't. We keep them out, and it seems like they're going to let the clock run, which is smart. That means we need to stop them now. And we do. Are they not going to call a timeout? They're going to just... Okay, I was about to say. But they do call a timeout. They're going to go for the field goal. So we're going to go up. We're still going to be up by 1 point going into halftime unless we do something crazy, which I doubt. Yeah. Red zone alert, though. We have a chance to make something happen here. Gonna take off with Trevor Lawrence, and he's gonna run in for another one. He runs in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. We're gonna go up 28-20 with the ball here. The Dolphins need a stop. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now Lawrence to throw. And I'm gonna take off with Trevor Lawrence again, just to make sure this clock continues to run. I'm going to go 2 clock and run it with just click whatever play because it doesn't really matter here. Just going to let this clock run. The Dolphins are going to have to start using timeouts now. Let's see. We go in. Okay, we get 3 yards. Not horrible. Of course, Dolphins call a timeout. And we get maybe about a yard, but nothing really. If we can get a first down, though, I might go for a pass. Let's see. And you know what? I'm just going to run it with Trevor Lawrence. Slide. I was thinking about throwing it there, but just get the first down with Trevor Lawrence and get it over with. Because I should just be able to run. Kind of ran right into him there. Should just be able to run the rest of this clock out without even having to worry about it. Okay, we get destroyed there, but QB kneel? Can we kneel? Yeah. I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah, we can just kneel it here. And this is game over. Game over. We beat the Dolphins 28-20. Really good game, to be honest. This was a really good game. Just launch it deep to BTJ. Yeah, good game. Trevor Lawrence, pretty good, to be honest. I mean, I don't think he didn't pass for a touchdown, but 10 for 12, 133, 83 completion percentage, goose egg. But 98 yards and 2 touchdowns from ETN and 69 yards and 2 touchdowns from Lawrence on the ground. So yeah, great rushing game. Great rushing game. This playoff game at least. Okay, we got the Ravens in the divisional. There's no way we beat the Ravens. And as I expected, we lose 48-17 to the Ravens. So the Ravens beat the Lions 21-16. Nadamadi Matabuke wins Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen is MVP. Kyle Shanahan is Coach of the Year. Cooper Kupp is Offensive Player of the Year. DeForest Buckner is Defensive Player of the Year. Lad McConkey is Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Edgerrin Cooper is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so looking at the team after the first season, offense, I see that Evan Ingram went up to X Factor, which is awesome. But he is 30 years old, so he is gonna start regressing. So even though being X Factor, he still probably will only be a starter for about 2 years. Also, you got Mitch Morse, who regressed down to basically being a backup. Like, he's a 74 overall, and the backup's a 71. Brandon Sheriff also regressed some. But other than that, everybody else on offense have progressed. Then going over to defense. Defense, nothing really changed. Aluakon regressed, and I think that's it. Everybody else seems to have progressed. Okay, so I'm going to accept Devin Lloyd's 5th-year option, of course. Same for Trayvon Walker. Same for Daxton Hill. And for these two, I guess I'll give Tershawn Newton like 2 years, like this maybe, but I'm not giving him no more than that. Okay, he takes it. And then Brandon Sheriff, I'll give him a 1 year. Like 1 year, like something like that. And he takes it, okay. Other than that, everybody else can leave. Okay, in free agency, there's nobody really that great. Maybe Cameron Bynum. I wouldn't hate that. Ryan Kelly maybe on like a 1 year deal. But yeah, nobody that interesting. I'll see. Maybe I sign 1 or 2 people. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna sign anybody in free agency. Okay, with my first round pick, I'm gonna pick up Terrell Ellis. I mean, his physicals don't look crazy, but they look good. And his skills look good. He's around 1 to 2 talent. Drafted him at round 1, pick 26. He's ranked 34, and he's normal dev. Alright, that definitely sucks. Next thing I'm going to go for is Peter Forbes. He's a round 1 talent. Right guard. Probably going to move him to left guard or center, one or the other. But ranked 19, got him at 58, and he's hidden dev. Okay, with my next pick, I'm going to go with Conrad Lange. It was between him or one other guard, and I think this guy's just slightly better. Ranked 43, got him at 73, and he's normal dev. The last pick I'll make is Matt Edwards. He looks like a pretty decent corner. Hoping he's hidden dev and maybe move him to the slot. Ranked 110. Okay, he's not. Okay, so overall wise, not a bad draft, but dev trait wise, it wasn't great. I mean, normal, hidden, normal, normal. CPU picked up a corner in the 6th. That doesn't look horrible, but he is normal dev, so he is horrible. But yeah, kind of unlucky for the depth traits. Overall wise, there's a 79, 78, 3 77s, and a bunch of 76s. Quarterbacks in this draft, there's obviously the 79, then the 74, 72, 73, 72. So 5 that were above a 70 overall. Okay, I'm trading away Darnell Savage, Mitch Morse, Jarrian Jones, and a 5th round pick for the Falcons' 2nd round pick. Okay, so this is the team going into the next season. For some reason it did the glitch. Hey, whenever it does this. Let me fix this real quick. I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this is the team going into this next season. Offense looks pretty good. O-line isn't horrible. It's not great, but I think it's good enough for us to actually make a push to maybe like make a push for the playoffs. We're not winning a Super Bowl this year, but I could see us winning like a playoff game. Uh, Maybe making it to the divisional, maybe even championship in it, the AFC championship. But I don't see us making it to the Super Bowl, let alone winning it this year. But I feel like we can make a pretty decent push this year. And then I think the next year or the year after that will be the year that we actually make the Super Bowl. This defense, really, I'm hoping that Ellis can get a depth trait. Like, that's what I'm really hoping for. The rest of this defense, it's good. It's nothing crazy. It's just a good, it's a really good defense. So I feel like the defense is good enough to make it pretty deep into the playoffs. We just gotta hope that this offense can develop well enough to make it there. Okay, we're 2-4. I was expecting maybe 3-4, 4-3, but we're 2-4. But you want to know what's even crazier? The 90 overall Chiefs are only 3-4. But we are 2-4 with 7 players ready to negotiate. We have Travis Etienne, Evan Ingram, Christian Kirk, and then some backups. We got Logan Cook and Anton Harrison's 5th-year option. But yeah, I don't really know. Christian Kirk kind of wants to come back. Evan Ingram does not, and Travis Etienne doesn't really want to come back either. But I think I have to kind of wait on Evan Ingram because he's probably gonna regress. Christian Kirk, I don't really want him back. Like maybe like a one, like he wants a 3-year deal. I would give him maybe a 1. I'll give him maybe a 2, but probably just a 1-year deal. So I'm gonna wait on Christian Kirk as well. I think only one that I wouldn't mind getting back right now would be Travis Etienne. Maybe 4 years. Still though, like 4 years is a little long. Like 3 years, I wouldn't mind. But I'm gonna go 4 years. I'm gonna try this. And he takes it, okay. If I have to, I can trade him away before he regresses too hard. But Evan Ingram, I'll wait till the end of the year, and Christian Kirk, I could give him a 1-year deal and try it out, but I think I'll wait till the end of the year for him. The rest of the guys, I'll probably just let go anyways. Trevor Lawrence, almost 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with a 63 completion percentage, sacked 9 times. He really needs to, figure something out. Travis Etienne, almost 300 yards, 3.8 a carry, and 5 touchdowns. Not horrible, but not good either. He's kind of he needs to do a little bit better. Receiving 300 yards and 3 touchdowns from Christian Kirk, 290 and 2 touchdowns from Davis, 240 and a touchdown from Ingram, and only 230 and a touchdown from BTJ. I guess this playbook just doesn't really give the ball to the wide receiver 1 all that much. But I don't know, because Christian Kirk has the least amount of receptions and has the most yards and touchdowns. So I don't know. Some reason the wide receiver 2, Gabe Davis, or technically wide receiver 3, but has the most receptions. Sacks 22111. So O-line's actually doing really good. Aluakon leads the team in tackles with 45 TFLs. Josh Hines Allen leads the team with 12. Aluakon with 2 sacks, 2 for Smith, and then 1 for a couple of people. Interceptions, 1 for Aluakon, 1 for Edwards, and 1 for JOK. Deflections, Tyson Campbell leads the team with 7. A forced fumble from Campbell. JOK, Aluakon, Cisco, and Hill. No block kicks, no safeties, and no touchdowns. So a lot of forced fumbles. We already have 5 at the midseason. So defense, hopefully they can get more sacks and interceptions. And hopefully the offense can just be better in general. Okay, so we finished 3-14. Yeah, that's horrible. But Bills Lions with the first round bye. It's Ravens, Bengals, Texans, Broncos, Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, Vikings, Rams, Cardinals, Bucks, Packers. Okay, Trevor Lawrence. We might have to get rid of Trevor Lawrence, to be honest. 3,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, with a 66 completion percentage and 30 sacks. Rushing, Travis Etienne, 800 yards, 3.7 a carry, and 12 touchdowns. He is all right. I like the touchdowns. The yards and yards per carry are a little too low. Receiving, Christian Kirk with 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. 850 and 5 for BTJ. 830 and 3 for Gabe Davis. And then 710 and 2 for Evan Ingram. Sacks, 88433. Tackles, Aluakon led the team with 122. Tershawn Wharton led the team in TFLs with 18. 16 for Josh Hans Allen, 13 for Trayvon Walker, and 10 for Osa Odigizua. Sacks, 7 for Wharton, 4 for Josh Hans Allen, 2 for Walker, 2 for Aluakon, and 2 for Smith. Interceptions, 3 for Aluakon, 3 for Edwards, 3 for Cisco, and 2 for Hill, and then 1 for a couple of people. Deflections, Campbell led the team with 15. Forced fumbles, 2 for Walker, and then 1 for Campbell, Aluakon, JOK, Cisco, and Hill. A block kick from JOK and Green, a safety from Aluakon, and a touchdown from Kendall Williamson. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Josh Allen. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence isn't up there. Coach of the year, we're not going to be up there, obviously. Offensive player of the year for the AFC, we have nobody. Defensive player of the year for the AFC. Okay, Aluakon at 9th. Offensive rookie of the year for the AFC. Nobody. Defensive rookie of the year for the AFC. Matt Edwards at 3rd. And Terrell Ellis at 5th. Best QB. Yeah, not up there. Best running back. Okay, Travis Etienne at 7th. Receiver. Nobody. O-line. Nope. D-line. No. Linebacker. Aluakon at 9th. And DB. No. Kicker. Cam Little at 7th. So Lions beat the Bengals 38-35. Jared Goff wins Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen MVP. Sean McDermott Coach of the Year. Josh Allen Offensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutch at Defensive Player of the Year. Chris Rivera Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Sherrod Reese Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so this is the team after the season. So on offense, there's no dev trait upgrades. But Brandon Sheriff does go down to star dev and goes down to a 79 overall. And did Evan Ingram regress some? I guess he might have. No, he didn't. Okay, that's huge. So Evan Ingram didn't regress at all, which is huge, even though he's 31. But that's really it on offense. On defense, no dev trait upgrades or regressions, it seems like. Too bad Ellis or Edwards didn't go up in dev trait, but nothing really seemed to have happened on defense. I guess Aluakon regressed a little bit, but that seems to be about it. Okay, so for re-signings, I really don't know what to do. Like, I'm not gonna re-sign Logan Cook. Like, I'll find another punter. I'm not worried about that. And like, Fortner, yeah, he's gone. Anton Harrison, I think I'll let him go. Christian Kirk, I think I'll let go. I would like to get Evan Ingram back for like maybe like a 2-year deal. But I think I kind of have to like overpay for him. Like, I'll give him like I'll try that. If he takes that, then fine. But if he doesn't, then no. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And I'm not gonna go for Christian Kirk. He's 29, 83 overall. He's just gonna get worse. And Anton Harrison, I'll just find somebody else in free agency or the draft. Okay, so looking at free agency, there are some decent players. You have Kirby Joseph. There's are Evan Ingram, Romeo Dobbs, Bernard, and some other guys. So I'll see. I might sign one of these players. Okay, so we have the second uh the second overall pick. The Patriots have the first overall pick. So I'm trading away Parker Washington, Brandon Sheriff, Mason Smith, and the second overall pick to move up to the first overall pick. Okay, I'm going for Evan Ingram, Jaquan Brisker, and Kyer Elam. Hopefully I can get all of them. Okay, I got Jaquan Brisker. Evan Ingram went to the Broncos. And then now I'm fighting for Kyer Elam. But let me see if the other guy's still there. No, Martin Emerson Jr. went to the Bengals. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that he signs. And he doesn't. So the only person I get is Jaquan Brisker. The other two don't sign. Which is fine, I guess. It sucks, but I'm glad I got Jaquan Brisker at least. Okay, with the first overall pick, I'm gonna go with TJ Rhodes. He's a top 5 talent physical receiver. He ran a 4.4 40-yard dash with elite strength, elite jumping, great speed, great excel, and really good skills. He's a top 5 talent. This is a no-brainer. He's ranked 1, got him out for 1, hidden dead with 93 speed and 96 jumping. With my next pick, I'm going to go with Brenton Fletcher. I mean, he looks amazing. He looks really, really good. So, it's like you can't pass this guy up. Ranked 16, hidden dev. Yeah, that was a good pick. My next pick, I'm going to go with Trayvon Carr. He looks really, really good. Round 1 to 2 talent guard. Hopefully he's hidden dev. Ranked 24, and he is hidden dev. Okay, the last pick I'm going to take is this corner, CJ Weary. He looks fine. I'm probably just going to have him play at the slot. Ranked 70, got him at 66, and he's normal dev. Okay. Okay, so the first overall pick, TJ Rhodes is an 81. Then we got a 75, 74, 71. And the CPU picked up a 69, 65, 65, and 62. All right. Then going to look at the whole NFL, highest overall player was our wide receiver. Then there was a running back, safety, corner, and receiver, and then another corner, 81, 80, 79, 79, 78, and 77. This corner in the 4th round. Too bad I didn't pick him up. I chose the other guy. I should have chose this guy. He's a dog. QBs in this draft, there's a 72, a 70, 74, and then nothing else. I think it was this guy, Ramondre Barnes. I was looking at, I was thinking maybe I choose him, if he fell to the 3rd round. And he got chose just a couple picks before mine because I had the second round in the third. I had the second pick in the 3rd round. He got chose late 2nd. So if he fell a couple more picks, I actually might have chose him instead of whoever I picked. I think the corner. I probably would have chose Ramondre Barnes. Which he is normal dev, so he's not good anyways. But he has 99 throw power, which is good. Okay, I'm trading away Ellis Lange and a 4th round pick in 2029 for Kyer Elam. Okay, so this is the team after the draft and free agency. On offense, we now have Carr and Fletcher, and we also have Rhodes on offense now. And then going over to defense, we have Jaquan Brisker, and Kyer Elam from the most recent trade that we just did. So this offense and defense, the defense is looking really good. As you can see, as it is an 88 overall, the offense is still pretty good at an 84 overall. But hopefully Trevor Lawrence can actually develop some more, because like he's only an 80 overall at 26. So like I need him to get like either become like superstar or like get up to like at least like 85 overall before he starts regressing, because like if not, I don't know if we'll be able to win any Super Bowls. Okay, we're 4-3 in the midseason with 16 players ready to negotiate their contracts. We have Trayvon Walker, Daxton Hill, Devin Lloyd, Tank Bigsby, Gabe Davis, Ezra Cleveland, Tershawn Wharton, Anton Harrison, and then we got a bunch of backups and Brian Thomas Jr.'s fifth-year option. Oh, and this puncher that I got, I guess I'll give him a deal or whatever. Like, whatever it is, he can just take this for 7 years if he wants to. Okay, whatever, he doesn't accept, I don't really care. So for the main re-signings, Trayvon Walker, I definitely want back. I'll give him 4 years. 4 years, 64, and he takes it. Daxton Hill, I wouldn't mind getting back for some time. I guess I'll do like player friendly and bump it up a little bit. Okay, he doesn't accept yet. Wait, I guess he does. I thought that said no. I guess he did accept it. Okay. Devin Lloyd, I will give basically what he's asking. I guess I'll give him a little bit higher. Okay, he accept. Tank Bigsby, I'll let go. Or I'll at least wait till the end of the year before I do anything with him. Gabe Davis, I'll wait till the end of the year. Ezra Cleveland and Tershawn Newton, I'll wait till the end of the year. Same for Anton Harrison. Okay, Trevor Lawrence with almost 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with a 74 completion percentage, sacked 17 times. Travis Etienne, 330 yards, 3.4 carry, and 3 touchdowns. It may finally be time to move off of Travis Etienne. If he doesn't step it up by the last half of this year, I might just move on from him. Receiving BTJ, 520 yards, 4 touchdowns, 470 and 3 touchdowns from Rhodes, 410 and 5 touchdowns from Gabe Davis, and then 340 and 3 touchdowns from Fletcher. 7-4-3-1-1 for sacks. Aluakon leads the team in tackles with 48 TFLs. Wharton leads the team with 6 sacks, 5 for Walker, 4 for Josh Hines Allen, 4 for Osa Odigizua, and 2 for Aluakon. Interceptions, 2 for Lloyd, and 1 for a bunch of people. Deflections, 8 for JOK, who leads the team. Brisker with the forced fumble. No block kicks, a safety from Osa Odigizua, and an interception from Kyer Elam. Okay, we finished the season 11-6. We make the playoffs. We have to go against the Browns in the wild card round. The Bills and Lions have the first round bye. It's Chargers, Chiefs, Jags, Browns, Ravens, Dolphins, Giants, Vikings, Seahawks, Packers, Panthers, Cowboys. Okay, Trevor Lawrence finally stepped his game up. 4,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions with a 71 completion percentage. Sacked 31 times. Travis Etienne, 870 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3.8 a carry. I might look to replace him. I'm not sure, but I might look to replace him. BTJ with 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns for Rhodes, and then 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns for Gabe Davis, and then 840 and 6 touchdowns for Fletcher. Blocking, 10-6-6-4-3. JOK led the team in tackles with 122. Warden led the team with 14 TFLs. Osa Odigizua with 9 sacks, 8 for Josh Hines Allen, 6 for Walker, 5 for Wharton, and 3 for Aluakon. Interceptions, 4 for Hill, 2 for Aluakon, Brisker, and Lloyd, and then 1 for JOK, Elam, and Cisco. JOK led the team in deflections with 13, forced fumbles, 3 for JOK, and then 1 for Elam, Brisker, and Hill. No block kicks, 2 safeties from Osa Odigizua, and a touchdown from Elam and Hill. And then yearly awards, MVP goes to Josh Allen. Trevor Lawrence doesn't make it up there. Coach of the year, we come 8th. Okay, offensive player of the year for the AFC. You have 2 Bills at first and second. Yeah, we have nobody up there. Defensive player of the year for the AFC, we have no one. Offensive rookie of the year, TJ Rhodes at second and Brenton Fletcher at third for the AFC at least. So they just miss out on offensive rookie of the year at second and third. Defensive rookie of the year for the AFC, we have nobody. Best QB, Trevor Lawrence at fourth. Best running back, okay, Travis Etienne doesn't make it up here. Best receiver, BTJ at 8th. O-line, nobody. D-line, nobody. Linebacker, nobody. DB, Daxton Hill at 6th. And then kicker, nope. Okay, let's see if we can beat the Browns in the wild card round. Okay, now we have the Dolphins and the divisional. Okay, we beat the Dolphins barely. Now we have the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. And somehow we beat the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs, and the Packers beat the Vikings. Which means that we're in the Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers. It's Jags versus Packers in the Super Bowl. Wow, I didn't think we were going to make it to the Super Bowl. Once I saw the Chiefs, I thought we lost. Like, I was like, well, that was a good run. Like, we made it to the AFC Championship. Like, hopefully next year will be the year. But somehow we beat the Chiefs, who were 3 overall higher, and go to the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but, like, I just didn't expect it, so I guess we have to look at the Packers roster. Packers roster, QB, they have Jordan Love at a 96 overall. Running back, they still have Josh Jacobs at a 99. Receivers, they have a 90, an 82, and an 82. So, like, Jaden Reed's really good. Amari Cooper is, going downhill, and then their rookie J.D. Baker is looking like he might be pretty good. And then tight end, they have an 86 overall Tucker Kraft. O-line, they have an 88, 89, 78, 87, and 93. So the center's a little weak, but other than that, the O-line's really good. And then D-line, they have a 78, 85, and then 84 and 79. So the D-line's just kind of mediocre. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's just kind of mid. Linebackers, they have a 65, 92, and 87. I guess they're starting Wheeler at... If I had to guess, Wheeler's probably starting at left outside linebacker. So if he's starting there, then linebackers aren't horrible, but still... the right out and the middle linebacker is good, but the left out's still kind of just not great. Corners have a 93, 78, and 77. So they have a really good corner one, and then just 2 just mid corners. And the safeties have an 88 and a 96. So they have good safeties. But other than the corner one, the corners are mid. Left outside linebacker isn't good. The D line's mid, and then the center's just okay. But other than that, and then the wide receiver 2, Amari Cooper isn't great. But yeah, other than that, the team's really good. Okay, so looking at the offense before we head into the Super Bowl, Fletcher goes up to superstar dev. He was star dev. I checked it before. Uh, he goes up to superstar dev. Rhodes is superstar dev. Carr is star dev. Which is nice. No other dev trade upgrades though. On offense at least. Going over to defense. Okay, JOK goes up to superstar. So JOK and our tight end both go up superstar. And Rhodes is superstar, which is nice. So that's huge. That's actually really huge. Too bad Trevor Lawrence hasn't gone up in depth trait. He's an 84 though. He is an 84 overall. Strong arm 84 overall. He's definitely gotten better. I'm hoping we can get him up to like 90 overall at least, and then like superstar dev. Maybe even X Factor and maybe above 90 overall, but if we can get him up to 90 overall and at least superstar dev, then I'll be happy. Okay, let's play the moments in the Super Bowl. Okay, we're in, and the first chance we get is 3rd and inches on the 29. I think we're just going to try to run it here with Travis Etienne, unless maybe I see something else. But no, I think I'm just going to run it here with Travis Etienne, get the first down, and a little bit more. We get about 3 yards. But we get the first down. Red zone alert. Let's see. The Jags playbook is a little different than what I'm used to, but still, I think I can get something here. There we go. Getting the touchdown there, which is huge, going up 7-0. And we get another chance here. It's 3rd down. I'm going to run it here again with Travis Etienne. And he's going to get the first down. That's fine. And maybe we go something deep. Maybe not. I don't know if I like that. You know what? We'll try it. And there goes the tight end. Fletcher there, getting us down to the 9. And now we run it here with ETN. My guard there just ran straight and didn't even try to block the linebacker there, which was stupid. Gonna get it off to ETN. He catches it, gets the touchdown. We go up 14-0. Now 21-0. It's 21-7. Packers need to get some more points. 21-10. They're making a slight comeback, but we have the ball again here. 2nd and 1 on the 20. And we get hit as we throw, so we can't get it. That's fine. 3rd down. Let's just try to get the first down here. Gonna run with Trevor Lawrence. And get us down to the 10. I just felt a little bit too much pressure there, so I couldn't really get the ball off. Gonna run it here with ETN though. And he's gonna juke him and get in. Now we're going up 28-10, 35-10, 35-17. They're going for an onside kick. Even if they get this onside, they're still they're gonna have to score quick enough and do another one. But they don't recover the onside. And red zone alert. We are just trying to chew clock here. But if they're going to let me get down to the red zone, down to the 1 here, still going to chew the clock. But why not, make our team look better? Who is this? Bigsby punches it in, and we go up 42-17. We beat the Packers 42-17. I didn't think we were ready to win no Super Bowl, but apparently we were. Trevor Lawrence, 20 for 26, 268 yards, 76 completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns. ETN with 98 yards and a touchdown, 4.9 a carry. Tank Bigsby punched the one in there at the end. Receiving, Gabe Davis with 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. He definitely stood out on the receiving end. You could really give this to Trevor Lawrence, Gabe Davis, ETN. We didn't allow any sacks. We only got 1 sack, and we got 1 interception, 4 pass deflections, no forced fumbles, no block kicks, no safeties or touchdowns. Defense played good enough. They didn't do nothing crazy, but they played good enough. But offense just went off. So obviously we beat the Packers 42-17. Trevor Lawrence wins Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen MVPs. Sean McDermott Coach of the Year. Josh Allen Offensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson Defensive Player of the Year. Tracy Daniels is Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Morgan Richards is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so looking at the offense after the Super Bowl, nothing really changed on offense. Everybody looks the exact same on offense. Now going to defense. Okay. Aluakon regressed heavily. Down to an 80 overall with star dev. Josh Allen seems to slightly regress. He was like a 93, now he's a 92, so he's beginning to regress. He is 30 now. But Aluakon at 32, right? Yeah, he's 32. He regressed pretty heavily. So it might be time to get rid of him, sadly. But I am glad that we were able to get him a Super Bowl win before he regressed too heavily. Because I think we're looking for a replacement for him now. He is still an 80 overall, which isn't bad, but that puts him at like 27th ranked a linebacker. So I think it's time to look for a replacement for him because he is on his way out of the league. Okay, for the last little bit of re-signings, obviously I'm accepting BTJ's 5th-year option. And for the re-signings, you got Tank Bigsby, Gabe Davis, Ezra Cleveland, Tershawn Newton. Let me see. Did Gabe Davis regress? No. Good. I don't know if I'm gonna re-sign him though. If I did, it'd only be to like a 1 or 2 year deal, and he wants a 3-year. I may be able to get him on like a 1-year deal. He is interested. Tank Bigsby, I think I might just let go of him. Ezra Cleveland, I might let go of him as well. Same for Tershawn Newton. Like, none of these guys are like good enough for me to want to bring back. Can I at least bring back the punter? Okay, good. But yeah, I mean, it's like Gabe Davis is what, the wide receiver 3. I can find another wide receiver 3 that's younger. Ezra Cleveland, he's been fine. He's just getting older, so I can find somebody that's like a 75 or like 74 overall, and by the end of like a year or two, they'll be above his overall. Tershawn Newton or Wharton, not Newton. Have I been saying Newton? But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bring him back. He's the DT2. I can find somebody else. So yeah, I think I'm gonna let all these guys go. Gabe Davis, I could give him a 1-year deal, but I'll just see. Maybe I'll bring one of these guys back in free agency. Okay, so this is what free agency is looking like. It doesn't look horrible. So maybe I'll find somebody that I want to sign. Okay, I'm going for 3 players. I'm going for Frank Ragnow, Jordan Davis, and Trenton Simpson. Hopefully I can get all 3 of them. And I do. That's huge. Frank Ragnow. He is on the older side, but still 93 overall superstar dev. If I can get him for, I signed him to a 3-year deal. If I can get him for at least 2 of those years, I'll be happy. If I can get all 3, I'll be even happier. Jordan Davis, I need another D tackle, and then Trenton Simpson, just so I needed somebody to replace Aluakon. Okay, I'm trading away Aluakon and a backup for a 3rd-round pick from the Commanders. Okay, I'm trading away Edwards, Weary, and another backup, and then a 5th and a 7th-round pick for a 3rd in this year's draft and a 3rd in 2029 from the Giants. With my first round pick, I'm gonna go with Demetri Thomas. He's a top 5 talent D tackle. Like, how can you pass up on this guy? I'm getting him at pick 32. He's ranked 3. He's normal dev. Okay. Well, maybe that's why you can pass up on that guy. Because he's normal dev. Okay, I'm going to go with Jelani Johnson. I need another offensive lineman, and he looks to be pretty good. Rank 36, hidden dev, nice. Okay, my next pick is gonna be Matt Toon. He looks pretty good. He does have poor acceleration, but everything else looks really good. Rank 25, he is normal dev, okay, but he's pretty decent. I'm gonna go with DeMarco Winslow. He just looks fine. Rank 91, got him at 88, and he's normal dev. I'm going to try Bobby Benjamin as well, because why not? Rank 99, got him at 96, and he's also normal dev. Okay, last pick I'm going to take is Alex Gallimore. Just so we have a backup running back. Rank 90, got him at 103, and he's normal dev. So the D tackle was a 77, and then we got a 74, 75, 70, 70, and 70. And the CPU picked up a 64 and a 67. But yeah, that D tackle being a 77, he should have been hidden dev. I mean, he was a top 5 talent. There was a 79, 78, 77, 77, and a couple of 76s. Yeah, we had the 3rd best player in the draft, but he was normal dev. QBs in this draft, there was 2 72s and a 75. Yeah, nobody all that good, to be honest. I mean, I say not all that good. There was, good QBs, but like nobody crazy. Okay, I'm trading away Thomas and Best, or Thomas and a backup corner, for a 4th-round pick from the Jets and Hoffman. Okay, so this is the team after the draft and free agency. Offense, I mean, we have Johnson now and Frank Ragnow now on the offensive line. Hoffman's now our slot receiver guy. And then going over to defense, we now have Simpson as our middle linebacker, Davis at DT. And other than that, everything else is the same. Okay, we're 5-2 at the midseason. Okay, that's good with a couple players ready to negotiate. We got JOK, Andre Cisco, Kyer Elam, Osa Odigizua, Walker Little, backups, and Cam Little's 5th-year option. Okay, I only have 27 mil, but I don't think I'm gonna bring it back Osa Odigizua or Walker Little. I think I'm gonna let both of them go, because they are both on the older side. Walker Little is also normal dev, but they're both on the older side. They're just gonna begin to progress. Kyer Elam, I think I can find another corner to replace him pretty easily. I think the main one I need back is JOK. I need to get him back. So, kind of hard. 4 years, I guess, and I just bump it up as much as I can. And he takes it. Okay, well, maybe at the end of the year I can restructure and get Andre Cisco back. Maybe Kyrie Lamb, but I think I'm gonna let both of these two go right here. Trevor Lawrence with almost 1,900 yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, with a 70 completion percentage and sacked 9 times. Rushing ETN 370 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3.5 a carry. I think it's finally time to move off of him. Receiving 480 and 4 touchdowns for Rhodes, 430 and 5 touchdowns for Hoffman, 420 and 2 touchdowns for Fletcher, and 350 and a touchdown from BTJ. Sacks 33111. Simpson leads the team in tackles with 68. TFLs Osa Odigizua leads the team with 7. Sacks 4.5 for Osa Odigizua, 3 for Josh Allen, 2.5 for Davis, 1.5 for Simpson, 1.5 for Walker, 1 for Lloyd. Interceptions 3 for Kyrie Lamb, 2 for Brisker, 2 for Cisco, and 1 for Simpson. Deflections, Brisker, Cisco, and Campbell are tied for first with 3 each. No forced fumbles, no block kicks, no safeties, and no touchdowns. Okay, so we finished the season 11-6. We have the Bengals in the wild card round, who also went 11-6. Looking at the playoff bracket, you have Ravens and Bucks with the first round bye. It's Bills, Dolphins, Jags, Bengals, Broncos, Browns, Cowboys, Commanders, Seahawks, Giants, Lions, Eagles. Trevor Lawrence with almost 4,600 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, with a 73 completion percentage, sacked 28 times. Rushing, Travis Etienne. This will probably be the last year he starts, depending on how much he regresses this year. If he regresses like, what, I think he's like a 91 right now. If he goes below like an 84, then I think we'll look for somebody else. But 960 yards, 16 touchdowns, 3.9 a carry. Definitely his best year starting for us, but still nothing great. Receiving 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns for Hoffman, 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns for Rhodes, and then 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns for Fletcher. BTJ just doesn't produce like crazy numbers. But 870 yards and 6 touchdowns. I guess our tight end definitely gets a lot of the receptions. But like with the receivers, like it gets evenly spread out, and BTJ just never like goes off. He just kind of he does good. He hasn't done anything great. Blocking 9-6-5-4-3. Tackles, Simpson with 150 led the team. TFLs, Osa Odigizua led the team with 15. Sacks, 11 for Osa Odigizua, 8 for Josh Allen, 4.5 for Davis, and then 4 for Walker. Interceptions, 4 for Elam and Campbell, 3 for Cisco, 2 for Brisker, and 1 for a couple of people. Deflections, Simpson led the team with 11. Forced fumbles, 1 for Campbell and 1 for Brisker. Block kicks, 1 for Cole. No safeties, and a touchdown for JOK. Then going to look at yearly awards. MVP goes to Lamar. Trevor Lawrence at 6. If he didn't if he threw like maybe 4 or 5 interceptions, he probably would have came like top 3. But with those 9, yeah, there was no way he was gonna win it. Coach of the year, we come top 5. We come 5th. Offensive player of the year for the AFC. Trevor Lawrence at 8th is nice. Defensive player of the year for the AFC. Osa Odigizua comes 9th. Okay. Offensive rookie of the year for the AFC, Alex Gallimore, our backup running back, comes 5th. All right. And then defensive rookie of the year for the AFC, we have nobody. Best QB, Trevor Lawrence at 4th. Running back, Travis Etienne wins it for the AFC. So we must have had some bad running backs this year. Wide receiver for the AFC, we have nobody up there. O-line, nobody. D-line, Osa Odigizua at 5th. Linebacker, Trenton Simpson at 9th. DB, Kyrie Elam at 3rd. And Tyson Campbell at 7th. And then kicker, Cam Little at 8th. Nice. Okay, hopefully we can beat the Bengals here in the wild card round. Okay, we beat the Bengals. Now we have the Bills in the divisional. Okay, we beat the Bills. Now we have the Ravens in the AFC Championship. Okay, and we beat the Ravens. And the Seahawks beat the Eagles, which means that in the Super Bowl, it's going to be Jags Seahawks. So the 9-8 Seahawks make it all the way to the Super Bowl. Okay. So I guess we can go ahead and look at the Seahawks roster. The Seahawks at QB, they have Dwight Mullins, who's an 85. Running back, they still have K9, who's a 99. Receivers, they have 94 JSN, 91 DK, and 83 Alec Pierce. Tight end, they have Caleb McQueen, who's an 85. And then O-line, they have an 86, 89, 75, 84, and 87. To be honest, they should probably be starting this 81 at center. If they do that, their O-line's actually pretty good. D-line, they have a 76, 80, and then 91. So the DT's good, but the defensive ends aren't very great. And the linebackers, they have an 81, 89, and 83. They also have their middle linebackers are great. They have like a deep, like, middle linebacker core. Like this rookie on a lot of teams would be starting right now. 90 speed, 78 overall. I don't know how they're not starting this rookie yet. That's crazy. And then right outside linebacker, they have an 84. So linebackers are pretty good. Corners, they have a 93, 92, and 81. And then safeties, 88 and 76. So their D ends are a little weak. And then their strong safeties weak. But other than that, like, this team is pretty good, to be honest. I mean, there really isn't any, like, bad spots in this team. So that strong safety and then their D ends are weak. But other than that, the Seahawks look like a really good opponent. Okay, looking at the offense before the Super Bowl, Fletcher goes up to X Factor and Trevor Lawrence goes up to Superstar. This right here is what I've been wanting. Trevor Lawrence finally goes up to Superstar, which means he might actually hit 90 overall in the next year or two. Going up Superstar is huge for him. So hopefully we can get him up to 90 overall before he begins to regress. He's an 86 right now, which I think we'll be able to get him up to a 90 before he hits his point of regression. Then going over to defense, Trenton Simpson goes up to Superstar. Osa Odigizua goes up to Superstar. And so does Kyer Elam. Okay. I'm definitely happy about that, but I didn't expect a Kyer Elam to. I mean, he did do good, I think. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember his stats, but I guess he did really good. Kind of wish it was either Daxton Hill or Tyson Campbell, but still, I'm happy. Okay, let's play the moments in this Super Bowl. Okay, we are in, and our first chance to get out on the field is on defense. The Seahawks are on the 17. It's 1st and 10. And, okay, nice. We get a TFL there. A loss of 1 yard. Let's try to keep this going. I hesitated there. Just for a second, I hesitated, and he was able to get the pass, getting it down to the one with DK there. Damn it, if I didn't hesitate there, maybe I could have gotten there on time. He's going to QB draw and run it in. The Seahawks go up 7-0. All right. That's just not good. I'm going to take off with Trevor Lawrence. Okay, I thought I could have gotten out of bounds there, but it's fine. We didn't fumble. Down to the 14. They're going to call me back in here. Let's see. I think we just go something small here and get about 8 yards. Yeah, down to the 6. I like that. I like that. I think I just go inside zone. Try to run it here with Travis Etienne. And we get lucky there. Probably should have been tackled at like the 4, but we get down to the 2. And Travis Etienne makes the catch and gets in for the touchdown. And we get an extra point at 7-7. And we get another touchdown at 7-14. But the Seahawks are down at the 6. First and goal with 11 seconds left and a timeout. And we can't fight him off. He's able to power through to the end zone. It's 14-14. 3rd and 8 for the Seahawks on the 27th. So as long as nothing crazy happens, we should be able to hold them to a field goal. Yep. 4th and 2. I doubt they go for it. Seems like they are going to go for it. Interesting. And it's going to be a QB run. And he's going to make it. He's going to get the first down. Wow. For some reason, we just can't stop this quarterback on the run plays. And DK gets about 9 yards there. So yeah, I was hoping we could have stopped them, but it's looking like they might actually get 6 points here. Unless I almost spoke too quickly. I just fall down. Okay, whatever. So yeah, that's definitely huge. As if we can go get a touchdown this game, we don't. We turn the ball over. And the Seahawks 3rd and 4 have it on the 20. And they're going to run this with K9. We're going to get there. 4th and 2. They went for it last time on 4th down. But they're going to kick it this time, it seems like. They're going to go up by 3 unless we can block it, which we don't. Okay, it's 14-17. 3.5 minutes. And we're on the 30. And a nice little move there, getting us the first down. I don't want to go too quickly, but also I don't want to wait too long. I kind of got to balance it, I guess. And okay, down to the 39. So we're basically in field goal range now. But obviously I don't want to have to settle for a field goal. If I can get more than that, I would be much more satisfied. Gonna scramble here with Trevor Lawrence and slide down to the 25. So we can definitely get a field goal at least. We can at least get a field goal as long as we don't turn the ball over. Gonna get about 9 yards there. I think, yeah, I'm gonna run it a little bit, try to run the clock down some, because I don't want to leave them too much time if I do score. I don't want to leave them enough time to go do anything crazy. So get about 4 yards there on the run with Travis Etienne. Perfectly fine with that. We're going to get sacked here. And it's kind of my fault. It's not a horrible sack, though. Only a loss of 4 yards. Just going to get this out to Travis Etienne. He's going to get about 5. And we might have to take a field goal. Yeah, I think it's looking like we're going to have to go with the field goal here. So I'm going to run this down. Run the clock down. Then call a timeout. And then kick this field goal to send it to overtime. Yeah, 3 seconds is fine. Field goal. Ooh, the Seahawks gonna try to ice me, I guess. Not like it's a hard kick. Boom. Easy enough. We tie the game up going to overtime. Okay, the Seahawks. 3rd and 5. Let's see if we can hold them here. They're on the 48, so they're not even in field goal range. So it's actually his bench. And he was wide open. Ooh, kind of tricks us there on the... Alright, that's not great. QB draw? He gets about 4 yards. Yeah, those QB runs are not something I like to see. Let's see, I'm going to guess pass. It's 3rd and 5. I doubt they would run it on 3rd and 5. I almost thought they did. We get a sack. It's 4th and 11. Look, they're going to have to go with a field goal. So, a field goal would send us into like a 2nd overtime, but a touchdown would win it. So, hopefully, I can get a touchdown. Okay, getting down to the 50. That was a nice pass there, getting us down to the 50. Let's see. And we're in field goal range now. We are in field goal range, but hopefully we can go ahead and just finish the game off by getting a touchdown. I would definitely like that more if we could do that. And Travis Etienne dives. He dives for the ball. I didn't even look at the stats. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But he dives for the ball. I guess I can look at it in the box score. But he dives for it and makes that catch. But let me see view box score. Player stats, Jags. Trevor Lawrence, 229, 3 touchdowns through the air. And then Travis Etienne, 47 yards, 34 yards for Travis Etienne on the ground. Receiving Etienne with that huge play there at the end. 82 yards and 3 touchdowns. He might win Super Bowl MVP. Either you give it to Travis Etienne or you give it to Trevor Lawrence. Travis Etienne was our best receiver and he's our running back. But Travis Etienne with what, like 130 yards or something like that? Like 130 yards, 3 touchdowns. Really good for him. Defense, what, we had like 3 sacks and an interception. And then nothing else. Yeah, defense played good enough. But yeah, either you give it to Trevor Lawrence or you give it to Travis Etienne. Either one of them I'm fine with. Okay, so we beat the Seahawks 23-20, and Travis Etienne does win Super Bowl MVP. Lamar's MVP, John Harbaugh, is Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year. Andrew Blair, Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Lindsley Holt is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, with these player re-signings, Andre Cisco, Kyer Elam, Osa, some of these players went back down. Kyer Elam lost his superstar. Why? I do think that's stupid. I'm gonna give him his superstar back. Because he literally just got it, and he didn't even regress. Osa, I guess he did regress. So, I mean, he did regress. So I guess losing his superstar, I mean, it really does suck. He literally just got it, but whatever. But I am gonna give Kyrie Lamb. You can call it cheating or whatever, but like he didn't even regress in overall. He's only 27, so like I don't know why they would take that away from him. But re-signings, I don't think I'm gonna re-sign Osa Odigizua or Walker Little. Cam Little, I might sign him back in free agency. But for actually re-signings, well, we got Andre Cisco and Kyer Elam. I'd give Kyer Elam a 2-year, 10 mil, and he takes it. Nice. For Andre Cisco, 3 years is a little much, to be honest. 3 years might be a little much. Well, we'd have him whenever he's 28, 29, and then 30. I guess 3 years wouldn't be horrible. I guess I'll give him 3 years. All right, he takes it. The other two, though, I'm gonna let walk, and same for our kicker. I forgot to show the offense before the re-signings and stuff, but after the Super Bowl, this is what the team looks like: offense and defense. There were no depth trade upgrades afterwards, but you can see Osa definitely regressed a decent amount, and the other big one, Jaquan Brisker regressed some, but Travis Etienne down to a 83. I even said like he lost his superstar and went down to an 83. So I think it's time to go ahead and just move on from him. I think either look for somebody in the draft, or if there's somebody in free agency, maybe pick somebody up there. But yeah, I think it's time to move on from Travis Etienne. He wasn't bad, to be honest. Like, if you look at the stats, he wasn't horrible, but he wasn't great. Like, the 4 years we had him, he never broke 1,000 yards, but he always had 10 plus touchdowns. But he never had it. Like, his best was 3.9 yards a carry. But he wasn't bad. He was good enough to continue starting. But now I think it's time to just let him go. Okay, in free agency, it does look like there are some good players. You have Jameer, Jalen Carter, Jack Campbell, Edgerrin Cooper, Terrion Arnold, Dominic Pooney, Elaine McNeil. Yeah, there's a lot of good players. I don't have very much money, so I have to see. I have to use my money wisely. But I might sign somebody in free agency. All right, all I did was just sign a kicker. I didn't really have enough money, I didn't really have enough money to sign anybody crazy. And the people that I could sign, I wasn't really all that interested in. So I just went with a kicker. Okay, with my first round pick, I'm going to go Harvey Kraft. He looks good. I'm hoping that he's hidden dev. Ranked 36, got him at 32, and he's normal. Okay, that sucks, but he'll be DT2. I'm going to move him to D tackle. He'll be DT2, so it's not that horrible. Okay, with my second round pick, I'm going to go with Ian Lake. He looks pretty good. I'm hoping he's hidden dev. That would be nice. Ranked 52, got him at 64, and he is hidden dev. Okay, the last pick I'm going to take is this running back, Roderick Grant. He's a round 1 to 2 talent. He's 21, and he is slow. He ran a 4.61. I'm just hoping that he's at least like 88 speed. I'm hoping that he's at least like 88 speed, cause like if not, then that definitely will suck. But he shouldn't. I'm hoping hidden dev at least 88 speed. He's ranked 27 normal dev, but he's 88 speed. I guess he'll be the starter. He should be a high enough overall at 27. But he is normal dev, which definitely sucks. Okay, so overall wise, we got a 74, 73, 75. CPU picked up a QB in the 4th round who was a 65 overall. Okay. He's pretty trash, to be honest. But then the CPU also picked up a D2 who's a 71 overall. But he's just fine. He might be a high overall once we move Harvey Kraft to D tackle. They'll be pretty similar. I'm guessing Harvey Kraft's gonna be like a 72. Where is it? D tackle. He'll probably be around a 72. No, he goes up in overall. So he's a 76 at D tackle. Okay. So I like that actually. It makes me feel better about drafting him. But let's go look at the whole NFL. So highest overall player was an 81 right guard, then an 80 right tackle. All right, and then a 79 fullback, a 79 corner, and a 79 receiver. And then there's two 78s and a couple 77s. Okay. Let me see. I want to see if I can find the other defensive end that I was looking at that I was gonna move to D tackle. He must have gotten drafted in the 2nd round. Yeah, this guy, Dion Honeycutt. And of course he was hidden dev. He was the other one that I was looking at, but I went with I can't remember the name, but I went with my guy instead, and he ended up being the wrong pick. QBs in this draft, there's a 73, 74, 75. So 3 good quarterbacks. But nobody like crazy good. Okay, before I show the roster, I just saw that the CPU drafted this guy, Tevin Mack, another D tackle, who's hidden dev. I mean, he's a horrible overall, but at least he's hidden dev, so I might end up making him our D tackle too. Okay, I'm trading away Kraft, ETN, and Hoffman, and then a 3rd round pick this year and a 4th round pick next year for Jordan Addison. Okay, so this is the team after the draft and free agency. You can see we have Lake as our left guard now, Grant as our running back, and then Jordan Addison is now a part of this receiver room. So this wide receiver room is stacked. We have Rhodes, BTJ, and Jordan Addison. All of them could be a number 1 receiver. Like, all of them are good enough to be wide receiver 1. But I think I'm going to have Jordan Addison in the slot, and then Rhodes and BTJ here at wide receiver 1 and 2. Just because Jordan Addison, I think, fits in the slot pretty well. And then these two as like your deep threats, I think is the best option here. I'm hoping Grant can do good enough maybe to get Offensive Rookie of the Year or just an upgrade in general, but who knows. And then going over to defense, Mac is our DT2. And that's really the only change on defense. Okay, we're 5-2 at the midseason. With 13 players ready to negotiate the contracts, we have 29 mil. We have BTJ, Peter Forbes, Josh Hines Allen, Tyson Campbell, Jaquan Brisker, some backups, and TJ Rhodes 5th-year option. So I think I definitely want to get Brian Thomas Jr. back, but he doesn't really want to come back Peter Forbes, I would love to get back. Josh Allen, I'll definitely have to wait till the end of the year because he's going to be like 32. He's going to be regressing. Tyson Campbell and Jaquan Brisker. Jaquan Brisker, I think I'm definitely going to let go. He'll be 30, and he'll probably drop down to around an 82, 81 overall. Tyson Campbell, I'll have to see. But these four, I definitely want back. Jaquan Brisker, I'm definitely gonna let go. But yeah, let me see. Okay, let's look. Can we get BTJ back at least? I would like to get BTJ back, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to. I guess I give him player friendly. 5 years is a little long. He doesn't take it. Peter Forbes. I mean, I wouldn't mind giving him a deal like this. He doesn't accept. I understand I did have to bump it down a little bit. But I think hopefully I can get both of these guys back by the end of the season. Trevor Lawrence with 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a 70 completion percentage, sacked 9 times. Rushing, Roderick Grant, 380 yards and 5 touchdowns, 3.1 a carry is not good though. So hopefully he can step it up. If he can get up to at least like 3.6 yards a carry, then that'll be like okay, I guess. Receiving, Jordan Addison, 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, 440 and 4 touchdowns for BTJ, 350 and 2 touchdowns for Fletcher, and then 350 and 2 touchdowns for Rhodes. Okay, so now Rhodes isn't doing very well. Alright, he's not really getting very many receptions. I guess just being wide receiver 1 in this offense, the offensive playbook. I don't remember what I chose for the offensive playbook. But I guess the offensive playbook that I chose, the wide receiver 1, just doesn't really go off all that much. They kind of just spread the ball out evenly to everyone. Blocking 4-3-1-1-0. Tackles, Simpson leads the team in tackles with 53. TFLs 4 for Simpson, Walker, and Josh Allen. Sacks, Walker with 2, 1.5 for Davis, 1.5 for JOK, 1 for Simpson, and 1 for Lloyd. Interceptions, 4 for Hill, 2 for JOK, and 1 for Brisker. Deflections, Brisker leads the team with 7. Fumbles, 1 for Simpson, JOK, Campbell, and a Lamb. Block kicks, none. Safeties, none. And touchdowns, none. Okay, so we finished the season 9-8 and missed the playoffs. So we go from 5-2 at the midseason to 9-8. I was thinking we were going to end up being 11-6 or 12-5, and we end up going 9-8 and missing the playoffs. The Ravens and Vikings have the first round bye. It's Chiefs, Raiders, Colts, Bengals, Patriots, Texans, Eagles, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Panthers, Niners. Trevor Lawrence, 4,400 yards, 38 touchdowns, but 14 interceptions. 72 completion percentage, sacked 28 times. Rushing, Roderick Grant. We got to find a different running back. 779 yards, 3 yards a carry, and 8 touchdowns. If it would have been like 3.5 or 3.6 or 3.7 yards per carry, I'd be like, you know what, we might give him another chance. But with that stat line, no way. Receiving, okay, at least the receivers did good. 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns for Addison, 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns for BTJ, 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns for Rhodes, and then 760 and 3 touchdowns for Fletcher. Blocking, you got 9-8-7-2-2. Tackles, JOK led the team with 134. TFLs, Josh Allen led the team with 15. Sacks were absolutely pitiful. 4.5 for Walker, 3 for Josh Allen, 2.5 for Leno, 2.5 for JOK, 1.5 for Davis. Interceptions, 6 for Hill, 3 for Brisker, 2 for JOK, and 1 for a couple of people. At least we got interceptions. Deflections, Jaquan Brisker led the team with 11. Forced fumbles, 3 for Simpson and 1 for Brisker, JOK, Campbell, and Elam. Block kicks, none. Safeties, none. And a touchdown from Brisker. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Lamar. Trevor Lawrence makes it to 6. Coach of the year, we're not up there. Offensive player of the year for the AFC, we have nobody. Defensive player of the year for the AFC, nobody. Offensive rookie of the year for the AFC, Roderick Grant at 2nd. Defensive rookie of the year for the AFC, Marquise Leno at 6th. Best QB for the NFC, Trevor Lawrence at 7th. Running back, not up there. Receiver, Jordan Addison at 5th. O-line, we have Frank Ragnow at 8th and Trayvon Carr at 10th. D-line, we have nobody. Linebacker, we have nobody. DB, Daxon Hill at 2nd and Jaquan Brisker at 7th. Kicker, no. Jalen Hurts wins Super Bowl MVP. The Eagles beat the Bengals 25-21. Lamar MVP. John Harbaugh Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson Offensive Player of the Year. Noah Quincy is Defensive Player of the Year. Paul Lilly is Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Dion Honeycutt is Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was the defensive end I was going to draft in last year's draft, but I chose the other bum that I traded away before the season even started. Okay, so looking at the team after the season on offense, Trevor Lawrence goes up to X Factor, which is amazing. But that seems to be the only change. I guess Frank Ragnow regressed a little bit. He could retire. He is 33. So he could retire this year, maybe next year. So we gotta think about finding a replacement for him pretty soon. But other than that, no changes on offense. Over on defense, okay, Brisker's down to an 83. I think Cisco regressed a little bit. Devin Lloyd, I think, regressed some. Josh Hunt Allen regressed a little bit. And JOK went up to X Factor. Okay, and re-signings, I'm gonna accept TJ Rhodes' 5th-year option, obviously. Brian Thomas Jr. What am I going to do with him? I mean, I don't want to give him, 5 years is already long. Player friendly, and maybe player friendly, but I'm not going more than 5 years. I guess I can bump the money up some more. Maybe to something like that. Or what's the money for very player friendly? And that's basically what I did already. But yeah, 5 years. You could say maybe this is an overpay. But I'll do that. Okay, he's going to test free agency. I guess that's not the worst thing. With this, I'll give him 4 years and then bump it up a little bit. I guess. He takes it, which is nice. Josh Hines Allen, I would like to get back. But we might have to restructure some more contracts. Jaquan Brisker, I'm fine with letting him go. And then Tyson Campbell, I think I'll let him go as well. But I think I'm going to restructure a contract, try to get Josh Hines Allen back. Okay, I'm going to give Josh Allen basically what he's asking for. I guess I can bump it up a little bit. But yeah, 2 years, basically what he's asking for. And he doesn't accept it either. So I guess I'm going to have to try to get these two back in free agency. I think I'm going to let these two go, though. So I guess I'm just going to have to try to come back in free agency. So in free agency, there's Josh Allen, Jordan Mailata, BTJ, obviously, Josh Hines Allen, Isaiah Pacheco, Zach Weldon, Trey Hendrickson, Tyson Campbell. Okay, there are some players. I'm going to try to sign a couple, maybe. Okay, I'm not going to try to go for BTJ. I could, but I'd have to, I'd have to pay a bunch for him. So I'm going to try to get Josh Hines Allen and Zach Weldon. I think are the two I'm going to go for. Hopefully I can get them both. and I do get them both. That's huge. Okay, so with my first round pick, I'm gonna go with Matthias Stoudemire. He looks really good. Top 5 talent running back. Let's hope. He's ranked 4, got him at 14, and he's hidden dev with 94 speed, 95 excel, and 89 change of direction. Okay, with my second pick, I'm going to go with Jay Parker. Round 1 to 2 talent, elite strength, and some good skills. Hopefully he's hidden dev. Ranked 32, got him at 46. He's normal dev. He's probably still going to start though. Yeah, he's definitely good enough to start. Just sucks he isn't hidden dev. With my next pick, I'm going to draft Alani Cherry, round 1 to 2 talent. His physicals aren't anything special, and his skills are just good. But I need another receiver. Ranked 47, got him at 78, and he's hidden dev. He's good enough where he can start a year or two until we find a replacement, or maybe even he turns into something crazy. Okay, I'm trading away Grant and a backup left tackle for a 3rd round pick this year, a 3rd round pick next year, and a 4th this year. I traded for this 3rd round pick because I want to pick up Arthur Barkley. Because we need another corner. He has elite agility. Rest of his physicals are just good. And then some pretty good skills. Hopefully he's hidden dev. Ranked 37, got him at 82, and he's normal dev. But I think he'll be fine as our slot. Okay, so we got a 78, 74, 73, and 74. Too bad the safety and corner weren't hidden dev. But at least we got a hidden dev receiver and running back. So maybe one of these can win Defensive Rookie of the Year and get a depth trade upgrade. And then going to look at the whole NFL, highest overall player was a 78 D tackle and 78 corner, 78 corner, 78 corner, and our 78 running back. QBs in this draft, there was a 77, 75, 73, no, a 77 and a 75. Everybody else was trash. Okay, so this is the offense after the draft and free agency. We now have Stoudemire as our running back and Cherry as our slot receiver. And then on defense, we have Parker as our strong safety. Weldon is our new D tackle 1. And Barkley is our new slot corner. Okay, we're 6-1 of the midseason. 16 players ready to negotiate. We don't really have any money, so we can't sign anybody. But we can go ahead and look. There's Brenton Fletcher, which we definitely want him back. Trayvon Carr, we definitely want back. Trenton Simpson, and Kyer Elam, Jordan Davis, Devin Lloyd, Frank Ragnow. Frank Ragnow probably retires, and if he doesn't, I don't think I'll bring him back anyways, just because of cap. Devin Lloyd, I don't think I would bring back. Same for Jordan Davis. Kyer Elam, I don't think I'll be bringing back. Trenton, the 3 that I want are these 3. So by the end of the year and after restructuring and everything, if I can get these 3, I will be happy. If I can get like maybe Kyer Elam or like Frank Ragnow or Devin Lloyd, if I could get one of those back, like I wouldn't be mad either. And then nothing else, just backups. Trevor Lawrence, 2,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions with a 77 completion percentage, sacked 6 times. Rushing, 370 yards and 3 touchdowns, 3.5 yards a carry for Stoudemire. Alani Cherry going off with 680 yards and 10 touchdowns, 480 and a touchdown for Fletcher, 414 and 6 touchdowns for Addison, and 350 and 5 touchdowns for Rhodes. All right. And then defense, blocking 3-2-1-0-0. Trenton Simpson leads the team with tackles with 55 TFLs. Weldon leads the team with 8 sacks, 7.5 for Weldon, 7 for Josh Allen, 2.5 for Jordan Davis, 1.5 for Simpson, 1 for Walker. Interceptions, 1 for Simpson, Hill, and Barkley. Deflections, Parker leads the team with 6. Forced fumbles, 1 for JOK and 1 for Weathers. Block kicks, 1 for Weathers and 1 for Parker. Touchdowns, none, and safeties, none. Okay, we finished the season 14-3. We have a first round bye, so do the Panthers. It's Ravens, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos, Patriots, Steelers, Rams, Falcons, Eagles, Cardinals, and Vikings, Bears. Trevor Lawrence with 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with a 76 completion percentage, sacked 28 times. Definitely not MVP because of the interceptions, but probably top 3 if not top 5. Rushing, Stoudemire, 995 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 3.9 yards per carry. I think this is the best running back season we've had. Like, even whenever we had Travis Etienne, like, yards wise and yards per carry wise, he never even made it. Like, he came close, I think, this last year with us. Touchdowns, I think he had 16 one year, but this is definitely the best rushing season we've had for a running back. So I think it's good to say that Matthias Stoudemire will most likely be our running back for a while. Receivers, Cherry with 1,300 yards and 18 touchdowns. That has to be offensive rookie of the year. And then Addison with 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. T.J. Rhodes with 950 and 7 touchdowns. 920 and 2 touchdowns for Fletcher. O-line 11-8-4-2-2. Trenton Simpson 134 tackles, led the team. TFL's Josh Hines-Allen with 14 and 13 for Weldon. Josh Hines-Allen with 15 sacks, 13.5 for Weldon, 5.5 for Davis, 4 for Walker, and 2.5 for Simpson. Interceptions, 2 for Hill and 1 for Simpson, JOK, Barkley, and Elam. Deflections, Parker led the team with 12. Forced fumbles, 2 for Simpson, 1 for JOK, and 1 for Weathers. Block kicks, 1 for Weathers, 1 for Parker. No safeties and no touchdowns. MVP goes to Joe Burrow, but Trevor Lawrence at 5th, and we win Coach of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Alani Cherry at 3rd. Alani Cherry almost won Offensive Player of the Year in his rookie year. Trevor Lawrence came 6th. Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC, Josh Hines-Allen at 2nd. Offensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC, obviously Alani Cherry. Matthias Stoudemire at 2nd. Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC, Arthur Barkley at 4th. And Jay Parker at 8th. Best QB, Lawrence at 2nd. Best running back, Matthias Stoudemire at 5th. Receiver, Alani Cherry won it for the AFC. And Jordan Addison at 10th. O-line, we had Trayvon Carr at 7th. And 10th was Ian Lake. D-line, Josh Hines-Allen at 1st. And Zach Weldon at 10th. Linebacker, Trenton Simpson at 9th. DB, nobody. And then kicker, Daniel Crowder at 5th. Okay, in the divisional, we have the Steelers who went 12-5, 87 overall. Hopefully we can beat them and move on to the AFC Championship. Okay, we beat the Steelers. Now we have the Ravens in the AFC Championship. They went 13-4 and they are an 88 overall. So, hopefully, I'm just looking. Hopefully, we can beat them and move on to the Super Bowl. Okay, well, I see the Eagles beat the Falcons, and I see that we beat the Ravens here, which means that in the Super Bowl, it's the Jags versus the Eagles. So we got cat versus bird. Let's go ahead and look at the Eagles roster. Eagles roster. QB, they still have Jalen Hurts, who is a 99 overall. Running back, they do still have Saquon Barkley, but that's not who's starting. John Brinkley is who's starting. He's a 79. Receiver, they have Chris Rivera at a 95, 94 Devontae Smith, and 84 A.J. Brown. Tight end, they have a 77 overall Tyreek Jennings. O-line, they have an 89, 90, 81, 88, and 79. D-line, they have a 78, 81, and then 90. And I guess 77, yeah. Linebackers, they have a 74, 83, and 79. Corners, they have a 98, 91, 82. And then they have an 87 free safety, 85 strong safety. The team, like, it's all over the place. Like, the linebacker, like, the corners are amazing. The safeties are really good. The linebackers are good. Like, they're solid, I guess. The D-line, the DT is good. And then the DNs are just okay. And the O-line's really good. And then tight ends, just okay. Receivers are really good. And then running backs just okay. And then QB's really good. It's like half the team is really good, and then the other half is just solid. So I think we definitely have the advantage over them here. Okay, looking at the team before the Super Bowl, the offense. There's no dev trade upgrades other than Cherry going up to superstar because of offensive rookie of the year. I'm gonna guess is why. Superstar. No, it's not even. He wins offensive rookie of the year and wide receiver of the year, but he goes up to superstar dev because of neither of those. Because if he did because of those, then it would have gone beside one of those, but it went underneath, which means he just won offensive. He won superstar dev just because he's so good. But he won wide receiver of the year and offensive rookie of the year, which is amazing. So yeah, he deserved going up superstar. And then on defense, okay, Trenton Simpson gone up to X Factor. That seems to be the only dev trade upgrade on defense. Okay, let's play the moments in this Super Bowl. Okay, we're in, and first chance we get is straight away. We get the chance to make the first drive. And of course, I'm going to try to run it here with our running back. Stoudemire gets 17 yards there. A great first run. A great way to open up the game. Getting that out to our rookie there. Right, that's the rookie. I can't remember his name. I should try to remember his name. Cherry, yeah. After he did so good, I should probably at least try to remember his name. We get kind of messed up there, and we lose a yard there. But no worries, it'll be fine, I think. Trevor Lawrence rolls out and somehow gets away and gets 24 yards there. That was probably almost a dumb decision trying to run there with Trevor Lawrence, but he was fast enough to get away from all the D linemen there and actually get 24 yards. Too bad he couldn't hold on to that. That almost was a touchdown. That would have been a touchdown if he held on to it, but he couldn't. But it's okay, because we get a huge run here with Stoudemire, getting the first points of the game there with our running back. Let's see. 3rd and 8 on the 43. We might be able to keep them out of field goal range. First, we need to worry about stopping them getting the first down, but possibly getting them out of field goal range, but neither happens. They get the first down and are in field goal range. So I'm just yapping, I guess. Speaking utter nonsense, I guess you could say. Wide open there, getting the first down to the 3. Jennings, I don't remember seeing that name, I don't think. Oh no, that might have been their tight end or something. I don't remember. And their running back punches it in. Can't get it there. Goes back and forth, no scoring, but the Eagles get down to the 14. So it's looking promising for them to get a touchdown or at least a field goal. They're going to try to run this clock out. With a pass, yeah. That may have been my responsibility. I may have just let them have that touchdown. I don't know. I can't remember, but that may have been completely my fault that they just scored there. They kind of run into each other there. If not, I think that's a great pass and a great play, but I think my two receivers kind of run into each other there and mess each other up. But if Stoudemire can catch this, that's a touchdown, yeah. Trying to run a few seconds out, but I didn't want to like go down and risk. Okay, they get a touchdown in 40 seconds. Wow. And now they're on the 20-yard line with a chance to get another touchdown. My goodness, we need to step things up here, and they're going to go jet touch pass there and absolutely destroy us by getting 6 yards there with Devontae Smith on the jet touch pass. And then the pitch, gonna get about 6 or 7 yards there. Wow. We just can't do anything. And another run, he's gonna get down to the 1. I almost thought he scored. But I think they're probably going to score anyways. And they do. They go up by 2 possessions. We need to score here. And quick. Because being down by this much is not good at all. Okay, we get the first down at least. I was kind of holding my breath. But we do get the first down. Trevor Lawrence has his X Factor activated. And we're going to get the touchdown. There's a chance. There's 7 minutes left. And we get the ball back, which is huge. Which means that it's 3rd and 6. But because of this, we have a chance. These plays are so interesting. Gonna run here with Trevor Lawrence. Just take the first down. I was kind of dancing there in the pocket. But we take the first down. Not trying to risk it. And it's overthrown. 3rd and 10. Let's see. We definitely, we're in desperate need of a first down here. And I think that's it. And he's going to stay in bounds, getting down to the 3. That's great. I'm going to try to hand this off to Stoudemire. And he doesn't get any yards. The old line couldn't hold up. I think I'm going to try it one more time here with Stoudemire. Getting down to the 2. I guess I'll try it again. I don't really know. Okay, there we go. A little bit scared there, but we tied it up. But there is still 2 minutes left in the game, so the Eagles have plenty of time to get downfield and get a field goal. We haven't really been able to stop their offense all that much, but as I say that, we get an interception. And we're on the 21. Jalen Hurts, I don't know if he got hit when he threw the ball, but that was I don't know what he was thinking, but J-OK with the interception. Amazing. Can't really do anything there. But we are going to go 2 clock and just try to. We're going to try to get rid of as much clock as we can. And we get the first down. I'm surprised the Eagles aren't calling timeouts right now. I guess they're saving their timeouts. I don't know, but yeah, let this clock run. Gonna get about 4 yards there. There the Eagles go. They call a timeout. Now that I think about it, it was smart they didn't call a timeout then. Because we had just gotten the first down. But Stoudemire gets in for a touchdown. Maybe we should have, I didn't really have a choice. We kind of just got pushed into the end zone. But the Eagles still have 2 timeouts and a minute left to get downfield and get a touchdown of their own. But they have to get a touchdown and get the extra point. They could go for a 2-point and try to end the game straight away, but they have to at least get the extra point. He kind of runs backwards there, but I don't know if they actually counted the backwards run. But he does get out of bounds, which is good for the Eagles. Not so good for us. And it's a fumble, and we pick it up. I think that was Saquon Barkley they threw it to, the old man at this point. They threw it to him, and he fumbled the ball, so I think this game is basically over. I think there's a chance, maybe, that they get the ball back, but I don't think so. I think the game's over, but I'm still gonna run it just in case. And that's a touchdown for Stoudemire. I mean, I could have slid down and ended the game right there, but I wanted to give him the extra little push in stats. So Trevor Lawrence, 10 for 18, 228, 55 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. Rushing Stoudemire, 114 yards and 4 touchdowns. Lawrence with 40 yards on the ground. Receiving 86 yards and a touchdown from Stoudemire wins Super Bowl MVP easily. We allowed 2 sacks. We got a sack, an interception there. Pass deflection, forced fumble. And we blocked a kick. I do want to look at something, though. If they still have it there, that interception. Let me see if we can find that interception there that Jalen Hurts threw. I don't know if he got hit. I mean, I didn't really see it. No, he just was dumb. Like you can see, like, JOK in the middle of the field, like, his receiver's not open by any means. He was just dumb. I mean, nobody really was open, to be honest. Like, who do you even throw this to? Maybe 81, but, like, I'm there, and then, like, yeah, nobody's really open. But he tries to force it. Maybe even, like, he could have ran and gotten a couple yards, but he tries to force it. And it gets intercepted by JOK. I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, so obviously we beat the Eagles 42-28, and Matthew Stoudemire wins Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins MVP. We win Coach of the Year. Puka Nacua wins Offensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson wins Defensive Player of the Year. Alani Cherry wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Brian Bibbs wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, looking at the team after the Super Bowl, what was his name? We had him for like 3 years, and I can't remember his name. But our right tackle retires. No depth chart changes after the Super Bowl on offense, but I mean, Stoudemire, I think he's solidified as our running back for the rest of the rebuild. I think if we can keep him, and Cherry went off as well. So this offense, I think it's still pretty young too. Like, the receivers, like Jordan Addison and Rose, are both like in their later 20s. Cherry's, I mean, he's like 23. Stoudemire's like 22, 23. Fletcher's only like 25. This old line is still pretty young. The defense is definitely older, but it's still really good. Kyrie Lamb goes down to star dev. And I think Devin Lloyd's starting to regress some more. And Jordan Davis, I think, may have regressed some. Same for Trayvon Walker and Andre Cisco. This defense definitely is older, but it's still really good as well. Okay, so after restructurings and stuff, I have 62 mil. I only restructured like 2 contracts, so I could restructure a couple more, but I'd probably only get about 7 or 8 more mil if I had to guess. So this is basically all the money I'm getting. But I think these 3 I'm definitely letting go. Devin Lloyd, Jordan Davis, Kyrie Lamb. For the ones that I want back, I definitely want to get Brenton Fletcher back. So I'll give him 5 years and I'll bump it up like the smallest bit, just to make sure. But yeah, he does come back. Carr, I should be able to get both of these back, I think, yeah. So Carr, I'm gonna give him basically what he's asking for. I guess I can bump it up a little bit. And he takes it. And then for Trenton Simpson, I would give him like a 3-year. I don't think I go higher than 3 years though. Like 3-year. And like money wise, maybe something like that. And he takes it. I'm glad he does. These 3 I think I'm gonna let go. They're still like decent overalls, but they're just gonna continue getting worse, and it's like they'll only be good for like 1 more season. I don't want to have to pay them just to play 1 season at like a mediocre level. Okay, in free agency, there are some good players. There's a 70. No, what am I talking about? Leo Chenal, Terrell Johnson, Nick Bolton, Philip Clancy, Fred Warner, Jose Whitlock, Tank Dell, Kevin Dotson, Harrison Butker, George Karlaftis, and so on. So I'll see. I might sign somebody. Okay, I'm trading Andre Cisco for a 2nd round this year and a 3rd round next year from the Broncos. It always gets me because like the further we go into this, like into the rebuilds, like after like 5, 6, 7 years, something like that, like the coaches points and coaches upgrades and stuff, basically like they're so highly upgraded. Like one of the upgrades is like trades are easier and stuff, so we can fleece these teams. Like getting a 2nd and a 3rd round pick for an 83 overall Andre Cisco, I think is like a fleece. Okay, I'm going for 2 players. I'm going for Tyreek Barnes and Philip Clancy. And we get both of them, which is nice. We traded away Andre Cisco. I'm getting Tyreek Barnes. I mean, he's 5 years younger and only 3 overalls lower. And then Philip Clancy, since we don't have Jordan Davis no more, getting him is huge. Okay, with my 1st round pick, I'm going to go with Clay Baskerville. He's a top 5 talent corner. Elite excel, great speed, great jumping. The rest of the physicals are pretty good. And skills look like pretty good. Top 5 talent. Hopefully he's hidden dev. Rank 5, got him at 32, and he is hidden dev. Let's go. With my next pick, I'm going to go with Colton Donald. Round 1 talent. Physicals look pretty good. Elite excel, great speed, and the rest, great change of direction. The rest are pretty good. Skills look pretty good. Got a round 1 talent. Hopefully he's hidden dev. Ranked 11, got him at 56, and he's normal. He's going to have to start. Definitely sucks that he's normal, but he should, at the 11th ranked player, like 11 ranked true value, he should be a good enough starter. With my next pick, I'm going to go with Julius Sutherland. He's a round 1 to 2 talent. and his physicals are really good. Skills are pretty good. Round 1 to 2 talent. 48, hidden dev. He will probably get moved over to right tackle, but I'm glad he's hidden dev. Okay, with my next pick, I'm gonna go with Stephen Colbert. Physicals look okay and skills look okay, but he's around 2 to 3 talent. So rank 62, got him at 88, and he's hidden dev. All right. With my last pick, I'm gonna go with Floyd Scott. He looks fine, nothing crazy, but I do want a decent backup running back. Ranked 124. Really, he's not good, so he's probably not gonna get really any play time. Okay, so we got a 77, 76, 73, 73, 69. The CPU picked up a quarterback in the 5th who is a 67. He looks okay. Yeah, nothing crazy. I guess it's kind of bad. I also want to look at this safety. Maybe we can move him over to start now. I mean, he would be a scheme fit, but he's super slow in normal dev and 65 overall. So yeah, no chance. Looking at the whole NFL, highest overall player was an 84 receiver, then a 79 receiver, then a 78 left end, and then a couple of 77s. One of those being our corner. QBs in this draft, there was 3 72s and then 2 71s. So no standout guys, but there was 5 just solid QBs. Okay, I'm trading away Parker, Barkley, Leno, and a 6th round pick in this year's draft, next year, and the year after that. For Garland and Maine and a 3rd round pick this year. Looking at the team before the season on offense, we have Sutherland as our right tackle now. That's the only change on offense. And then on defense, we have Donald as our left outside linebacker, Garland as our strong safety, Barnes as our free safety. And then we have Clancy now as our D tackle 2. And then Baskerville and Colbert as our corner 2 and 3. Okay, we're 6-1 at the midseason with 19 players ready to negotiate contracts, and we have 127 million in cap. There's T.J. Rhodes, Jordan Addison, Trevor Lawrence. That's why we have so much cap. Jelani Johnson, Daxton Hill, Trayvon Walker, Josh Hines Allen, a lot of backups. Yeah, there's a lot of players, but I think Trevor Lawrence regresses, but I think we just go ahead and give him his deal now. Anyways, I think 3 years. I think basically it's so cheap. Wow, it's surprisingly cheap. Yeah, I guess 3 years, 43. 3 years, 43 and a half. Yeah, this is super cheap. Yeah, he accepted. TJ Rhodes, I think we definitely go ahead and give him his deal. I'll even bump it up a little bit. 4 years. Jordan Addison, 4 years is too long for him though. I'll give him 2 years and then bump up the money some. I think 2 years for him is reasonable. He takes it. Jelani Johnson, I'm fine with like a deal like this. He takes it. Daxton Hill and Trayvon Walker, I'm going to wait till the end of the year because they're both probably going to regress. Same for Josh Hines Allen. Okay, Trevor Lawrence, 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 73 completion percentage, sacked 9 times. Rushing, 400 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 3.9 yards a carry for Stoudemire. Not bad. Receiving, 430 yards, 4 touchdowns for Cherry, 430 yards and a touchdown from Rhodes, 320 and a touchdown from Fletcher, and then 310 and 6 touchdowns from Addison. Sacks 2, 2, 1, 1, and 0. Tackles, JOK leads the team with 44. TFL's Josh Hines Allen leads the team with 6. Sacks, 6 for Clancy, 3.5 for Weldon, 1.5 for Josh Hines Allen. Interceptions, 2 for JOK, 2 for Barnes, and 1 for Simpson, Garland, Baskerville, and Hill. Deflections, Hill leads the team with 5. Forced fumbles, none. Block kicks, 1 for Clancy and 1 for Weldon. No safeties and no touchdowns. Okay, we finished season 14-3 once again. We have the first round bye, so do the Seahawks. It's Bengals, Broncos, Dolphins, Colts, Chiefs, Ravens, Falcons, Vikings, Packers, Niners, and Giants, Rams. Trevor Lawrence, 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 73 completion percentage, sacked 19 times, 980 yards, 12 touchdowns, 3.8 a carry for Stoudemire. Again, pretty good season. Not like crazy, but good enough. Alani Cherry, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 970 and 10 touchdowns for Addison, 910 and 3 touchdowns for Rhodes, and then 830 and 9 touchdowns for Fletcher. Sacks, 7, 4, 3, 1, 1. Tackles, JOK leads the team with 116. TFL's Weldon leads the team with 12. Sacks, 12 for Weldon, 12 for Clancy, 6.5 for Walker, 3.5 for Josh Hines Allen. Interceptions, 5 for Simpson and Hill, 4 for Garland, 3 for JOK, 3 for Baskerville, and 2 for Barnes. Deflections, Hill leads the team with 14. Forced fumbles, 1 for Simpson, 1 for JOK. Block kicks, 1 for Clancy, Weldon, and Walker. No safeties, and a touchdown for Garland. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Tracy Daniels on the Giants. Trevor Lawrence at 9th. We win Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Trevor Lawrence comes 7th. Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Trent Simpson at 10th. Offensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC. We have nobody. Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC. Clay Baskerville at 2nd. 5th for Colbert. Best QB for the AFC. Trevor Lawrence at 4th. Running back, Stoudemire at 5th. Receiver, Alani Cherry at 8th. O-line, Carr at 1st. And Lake at 4th. D-line, Weldon at 6th. And 9th is Clancy. Linebacker, nobody. DB, Hill at 2nd. Garland at 5th. And then kicker, Crowder wins it. Okay, we have the Colts in the divisional. Okay, we beat the Colts. Now we have the Bengals in the AFC Championship. Okay, so I can see that the Vikings beat the Packers. Let's see, do we make the Super Bowl? If we did, we're going against the Vikings. And we do. So we have the Minnesota Vikings in the Super Bowl. This would be our 4th Super Bowl appearance. Can we win our 4th Super Bowl here is the question, though. But yeah, going against the Vikings here. Let's go ahead and look at the roster. They went 9-8. So the regular season, they weren't anything crazy, but let's see. QB, they have J.J. McCarthy, who's a 97. Running back, they have Benjamin Willis, who's an 86. Receiver, they have 98, Justin Jefferson. We took Jordan Addison from them. So they have an 87, Glenn Harding, and 86, Zach Hoffman. Didn't we have Zach Hoffman? Yeah, we gave him Zach Hoffman. He's at an 86. So wide receiver room looking pretty good for them still, though. Tight end, they have an 86, TJ Hawkinson still. O-line, they have a 90, 87, 87, 82, and 82. D-line, they have an 86, 88, 82. And then linebackers, they have a 79. They should be starting this rookie. But yeah, 79, and then 90 and 81. And then 89. Corners, they have an 82, 79, 76. And the safeties, 81 and 80. So I see their weakness. It's their DBs. Their DBs are absolutely horrible. I mean, Yeah, it's just not good. Only ones with even potential are their strong safety and corner 1. And I guess their corner 4, they should really be starting. But he's only normal dev. But yeah, their starting corner, Eddie Collins, and he's normal dev himself. And then Chris Stapleton is also normal dev. Yeah, their DBs are absolutely horrible. The rest of the team is really good though. If they just had DBs, and their team would be amazing. They didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but it's just they don't have DBs. Looking at the team before the Super Bowl, wow. So the rare offensive lineman dev trade upgrade actually happened. Carr goes up to superstar for winning offensive lineman of the year. So that's crazy. I'm super happy about that. And then on defense, Hill goes up to superstar, and Colbert is either superstar or goes up to superstar. He is superstar. So Colbert is superstar, and Daxton Hill goes up to superstar. Okay. Okay, let's play the moments in the Super Bowl. Okay, we're in right now. It's 3rd and 2 on the 34. What are we going to do? I think we're just going to run it here with Stoudemire. And he actually somehow pushes forward for about 4 yards and gets the first down. Somehow a miracle happens and he pushes forward. Going to run it here with Stoudemire again, and he's going to run in unscathed for the touchdown. Up 7-0. Ball going back and forth, but the Vikings have it on the 19, 1st and 10. See, looking like it's probably a run to the left. Yeah, they get 7, even though I figured out what it was. They still got 7 yards. This is bench maybe, or no, this is a run. It was jet touch pass. Oh my God, I was not ready for that. They get a touchdown. What do I do? I think I go with what I chose already. Stoudemire shouldn't have pushed it outside as much as I did. That was not very smart. Maybe he catches it. Nice. Cherry, thank you for catching that ball there. That was huge that you caught that and getting us the first down. And getting about 5 yards there. Let's see. Stoudemire, that was risky. I shouldn't have done that. You know what? ISO, hopefully. Fumbled, and it's picked up. And almost scored a touchdown from that fumble. Fletcher recovers the fumble and gets about 1 yard. I'm going to go for it because just why not? Stoudemire picks it up and gets the first down. Not the first down, but the touchdown. And we're on the 2. We're on the 2 here. Let's see. Stoudemire open. Gets the touchdown. We're up 21-7. 21-10. 21-13. Okay, Vikings, got a little bit going. Still down by a decent amount, but they got a little bit going, and we get in for the touchdown. Up 28-13. Vikings definitely need a touchdown here. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5 on the 23. Obviously, it's a pass. They need a touchdown here. If they don't get it here, then that's basically game over. They're going to get the first down at least. And 4th and goal. I'm going to guess pass. This could be a run. Actually, it's kind of looking like a run. And he breaks the tackle. That's because I guessed pass, I think. But I think we're still fine. I think I should have went straight to clock run out. But I think we'll still be fine. Let me see. Let me see what run looks the best. Is that all the runs that I have? I guess. No, I'm in the inside zone. None of them really look all that good. But yeah, run this clock out as much as possible. 3 yards. Okay, whatever. It was fine enough. I forgot to go to clock again, but it's not the end of the world. 3, 2, 1. 2-minute warning. Yeah, we're just going to run this clock out. 28-20 should be the final score. Unless something crazy happens. It should hopefully be the final score. Flag holding, I guess. Should have just kept on going outside. I think we had a blocker there. Yeah, holding. What is it going to be? 2nd and 15, yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Is that holding again? Wow. Holding once again. I think. Yep. Holding twice in a row. 2nd and 23. Okay. Yeah, I guess the refs really don't want me getting this first down here. And that's horrible blocking. We lose 3 yards. All right. Do I try to just get a first down? Nah. I think I just make them waste another timeout. We got 1 yard there. Yeah, just make them waste another timeout and punt this ball. Okay, they're going to return it, I guess. Or down to the 20. All right. Let's see. Let's see what they can do from the 20. Let's see if they can make something happen. 1.5 minutes left. They have 1 timeout. Seven yards. Obviously, they're not going to call the timeout yet. Ooh. Down to the 49. Still not going to call that timeout yet. Down to the 28. They're actually moving. They finally called the timeout there. They actually were moving. Yeah. But even if they get the touchdown, they need the 2-point. Well, I guess we're about to see if they can get the 2-point. And they do. But they may have left us with too much time. We may be able to go get a field goal. Catch it, Stoudemire. Nice. Get out of bounds. 37 is apparently where we need to get to. All right. Yep. And get out of bounds to the 37. So now, yeah, I think we just run this and try to get as close as possible. Okay, we got 1 yard. I'm gonna call a timeout. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can. Okay, I'm gonna call one more. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get as close as possible. Wait this down to about 3 seconds. And this should be the end of the game here. Boom. Field goal. There's a flag. Uh-oh. Roughing the kicker. It's roughing the kicker. But this time I don't need to accept it. We win 31-28. Player stats: Trevor Lawrence, 16 for 19, 235, 84 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 76 yards and 2 touchdowns for Stoutmeyer. Rhodes with 89 yards and a touchdown. Let's see. We allowed 1 sack. We got 1 interception. We got no sacks. Like a couple, 6 or 7 pass deflections. No forced fumbles. No block kicks. No safety. No touchdowns. I think you give it to Trevor Lawrence, Super Bowl MVP. You could give it to Stoutmeyer or Rhodes, but I think you give it to Lawrence. I think Lawrence is the best option. Okay, so obviously we beat the Vikings 31-28. Matthias Stoutmeyer wins Super Bowl MVP. Tracy Daniels wins MVP. We win Coach of the Year. Tracy Daniels wins Offensive Player of the Year. Mason Lafferty wins Defensive Player of the Year. Hugh Massey wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Brendan Holiday wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so this is a team after the Super Bowl. On offense, nothing really changed. Nobody regressed or anything. So I think we're good on offense. On defense, no depth trade upgrades, but Trayvon Walker goes down to normal dev. Still 88 overall, which is great. And Daxton Hill goes back down to star. But Trayvon Walker, he is normal dev, but he is still an 88 overall. So he's still really good. But being normal dev definitely sucks. Okay, re-signings. You have Daxton Hill, Trayvon Walker, and Josh Allen are the ones. I think I'm gonna restructure some contracts and try to get Josh Allen back. Okay, Josh Allen. I'm gonna go 1 year. Very player friendly 1 year. I think this 1 year 33 mil, and he takes it. That's amazing. Rest of these guys, I'm fine with letting go. None of them really. I mean, they're just all backups. It sucks to see Trayvon Walker and Daxton Hill go. I would have liked to get them back, at least on 1 year deals, but don't have the money for it. Looking at free agency, there are some really good players. There's Kerry Bannister, Will Anderson Jr., Kalen Bullock, Myles Garrett, Blake Fisher, Trayvon Walker, Daxton Hill, Paris Johnson Jr., Landon Dickerson, Zion Williamson, Milton Williams, and so on. Sadly, I don't have the money to sign anybody, so I'm gonna have to just go without. I would have loved to pick up one of these guys here, Kerry Bannister would have been amazing. Same for Will Anderson or even Kalen Bullock. If I could have got one of those, I would have been so happy, but I don't have the money for it. Alright, I'm trading down from pick 32 to pick 30 something, 37 or 8. I think it was 38 or 37, something like that. And I'm picking up around 3 pick this year and around 3 pick next year. Okay, with my first pick, I'm gonna pick up Levi Lynch. He's a top 5 talent corner. Since I don't have Daxton Hill no more, I need a corner, and his physicals are really good, and his skills look really good. He's obviously a top 5 talent, ranked number 1. Hidden Dev ranked number 1. That's huge. With my next pick, I'm gonna pick up Kyrie Rogers. Uh, physicals, I mean, they look really good. Skills look really good. He's a round 1 talent, ranked 14. He's normal dev, but he looks pretty decent. Okay, I'm gonna take a chance on Martin Odom. I need a power rusher, so I'm gonna take a chance on him. He doesn't look like anything amazing, but he looks like he could be okay, and he's absolutely horrible. Okay, with my next pick, I'm gonna pick up Dane Jones. I want to have a decent backup tight end, so hopefully he is decent. Ranked 55, got him at 76, and he's hidden dev. Nice. My next pick, I'm gonna pick up a QB because why not? Trevor Lawrence is getting older. I know he probably won't ever start, but he looks pretty decent. So I just want a decent backup. Yeah, he's not good. There was no good edge rushers available, so I'm just picking whatever, I guess. The last pick I'm gonna go with is George Kennedy. Okay, he's nothing special, whatever. So we got a 79, 75, 64, 73, 66, and 69. Then the CPU picked up a 66, 66, 63. I guess I'll look at this guy. Okay, he's normal dev, whatever. Okay, then going to look at the whole NFL, highest overall player was our corner at a 79, then a 78 left tackle, and then 477s. QBs in this draft class, there was a 74, 73, 72, 72, 73. Okay, I'm trading away Donald and a backup running back for Thomas from the Bears. So this is the team after the free agency and draft. We have Jones as our tight end 2, and Kenny as our running back 2 on offense. And then on defense, Rogers is our left outside linebacker. And Thomas is our left end. And then Lynch is our starting or our corner 1. We are 5-1 at the midseason with 10 players ready to negotiate. It's Ian Lake, Ben Thomas, JOK, Josh Hines Allen, and then backups, and Matthias Stoward Myers, 5th-year option. So, starting off, I'm definitely going to want to get Ben Thomas back. I'll give him this, and he takes it. Ian Lake, I would like to get back, but he doesn't really want to come back. That's a problem. And then these two, I'm definitely waiting until the end of the year because Josh Hines Allen might retire, and then JOK is going to regress a decent amount. And then Matthias Stoutmeyer, I have to wait till the end of the year. So Ian Lake, I'll give him player friendly. I have to bump it down a little bit, but I'll try this. And he takes it, okay. But yeah, I have to wait till the end of the year for these two. Hey, Trevor Lawrence, 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions with a 75 completion percentage, sacked 14 times. Rushing 360 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4 yards per carry for Matthias Stoudemire. Receiving 470 and 3 touchdowns for Rhodes, 460 and 4 touchdowns for Cherry, 370 and no touchdowns for Fletcher, and then 350 and 5 touchdowns for Addison. Sacks 53220. Tackles, JOK leads the team with 44. TFL's 9 for Clancy leads the team. Sacks 4.5 for Josh Allen, 4 for Clancy, and then 1 for Weldon and 1 for JOK. Interceptions, 1 for JOK, Baskerville, and Colbert. Deflections, 4 for Lynch and Garland leads the team. A forced fumble from JOK, no block kicks, no safeties, and no touchdowns. Okay, we're 11-6, and we have to go against the 10-7 Jets in the wild card round. In the playoff bracket, the Colts and Eagles have the first round bye. It's Steelers, Bills, Raiders, Browns, Jets, Jags, Packers, Rams, Seahawks, Commanders, Panthers, Vikings. Trevor Lawrence, almost 4,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, 12 interceptions with a 74 completion percentage, sacked 29 times. Rushing 950 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3.9 yards a carry. Receiving 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns for Cherry, 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns for Fletcher, 1,000 yards, 700 yards for Rhodes, and then 890 and 8 touchdowns for Addison. Sacks 11, 5, 5, 4, 2. Tackles, Simpson leads the team with 117. TFL's 23 for Weldon, 21 for Josh Allen, 19 for Clancy, 14 for Thomas, and 11 for Simpson. Sacks 14.5 for Clancy, 11.5 for Weldon, 8 for Josh Allen, 3.5 for Thomas, 2.5 for JOK. Interceptions, 2 for JOK, 2 for Baskerville, and 1 for a couple of people. Deflections, Lynch leads the team with 8. Forced fumbles, 3 for JOK. Block kicks, none. Safeties, none. And touchdowns, none. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Jalen Hurts. Trevor Lawrence at 7th, Coach of the Year. We come 8th. Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Alani Cherry at 5th, and 6th is Trevor Lawrence. Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Philip Clancy at 4th, and 6th is Zach Weldon. Offensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC. Dane Jones is at 8th. Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC. Levi Lynch is at 8th. Best QB, Trevor Lawrence at 4th. Running back, Matthias Stoudemire at 1st. Receiver, Alani Cherry at 3rd. O-line, Trayvon Cart 6th. D-line, Philip Clancy at 4th. Zach Weldon at 5th. Linebacker, JOK at 7th. DB, nobody. And kicker, Daniel Crowder at 4th. Okay, let's see if we can beat the Jets. Okay, we beat the Jets. Now we have the Colts in the divisional. And we lose to the Colts 25-21. Okay, that definitely sucks, but we lose to the Colts. That's fine. I wonder who's gonna make it as a Super Bowl though. Well, the Colts make it to the Super Bowl, but the Commanders beat the Colts 27-21. Jaden Daniels, Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts, MVP. Josh Morton, Coach of the Year. Jalen Hurts, Offensive Player of the Year. Elijah Cansey, Defensive Player of the Year. JT Howard, Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Raekwon Brewer is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Looking at the team after the season, Stoudemire goes up to Superstar. But Jordan Addison goes down to Star Dev. And it seems like Trevor Lawrence is finally starting to regress. Yeah, he didn't regress a lot, but he regressed some. Which makes sense. He is 32 now. But he regressed some, and same for Jordan Addison going down to Star Dev and is now, 89 overall? Overall defense, no depth trait upgrades or regressions. But there are overall regressions though still. Okay, I'm gonna accept Matthias Stoudemire's 5th-year option, obviously. And then for re-signings, Josh Allen, JOK. I'll try to restructure some contracts and see if I can get them back, but I can't guarantee anything. Okay, so for re-signings, JOK. 1 year. Uh, give him that. 1 year, 23.5, and he doesn't accept it. Okay, Josh Hines Allen. 1 year. I guess I can go a little bit more extreme on his, I guess. 1 year, 27. Neither one of them accept. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna let them both go to free agency. Maybe I can get them back in free agency. Okay, in free agency, there aren't really anybody crazy. So I think I'm just gonna try to get the two that I lost. Okay, I had no chance of getting Josh Hines Allen back, but JOK, I do have a chance of getting him back, so I'm gonna try to get him back on a 1 year deal. And he does sign. Huge. So yeah, this basically feels like cheating, but I'm trading away round 1 pick 26 for round 1 pick 14. Okay, with my first round pick, I'm gonna go with Marcus Spence. He's a round 1 talent. Hopefully he's pretty good. Rank 22, hidden dev. Got him at 14. Nice. With my next pick, I'm gonna go with Doug Jones. He looks really good. And rank 25, got him at 58. Hidden dev, nice. I'm going to take a chance on this QB. He was a top 5 projected QB, and he's fallen to the 3rd round, so why not? Ranked 110, got him at 69, but he's hidden dev. Okay. Trevor Lawrence is starting to regress, so maybe he'll start the last season. Who knows? Last pick I'm going to take is Dalton Merritt. He looks fine. He doesn't look like anything crazy. He just looks fine. Ranked 106. He is hidden dev though, but he is really slow. So we got a 75, 75, 70, 70, and the CPU picked up a 70 overall receiver. I mean, he's not going to get any play time, but he's fine, I guess. Whole NFL. Highest overall player was an 82 right tackle, then an 82 running back, then a 78 corner, and a bunch of 76s. QBs, there was a 70, and then the 70 overall that we drafted. So I think we did pretty good with that QB selection there in the 3rd round, because he was tied for the best quarterback in the draft. Okay, I'm trading away Rodgers, Barnes, Black, and a 4th round pick for Kenny Sermon from the Cowboys. So this is the team after the draft and free agency. On offense, we have Merritt as your backup running back and Levy as your backup QB. And then on defense, Jones is your new left outside linebacker, and Spence is your new right end, and Sermon is your new free safety. Okay, we're 3-3 at the midseason with 15 players ready to negotiate. There's Alani Cherry, Kenny Sermon, Zach Weldon, Peter Forbes, Zach Main, Jordan Addison, Trenton Simpson, JOK, some backups, and Clay Baskerville's 5th-year option. So I think the main ones that I'm going to want to get back is Alani Cherry, Kenny Sermon, Zach Weldon, and Peter Forbes. These 3, if I don't get them back, it's not the end of the world. They're all on the older side. JOK, Trenton Simpson, and Jordan Addison will probably all be 85 overall or lower. By next year. So if I can't get them back, it's not the end of the world. Zach Main, I'm not really worried about. He's a backup tight end. But these 2 are definitely the 2 that I want back the most. Alani Cherry, he doesn't want to, he's not super interested in coming back right now, but I'll give him I'm giving him a pretty big deal, to be honest. Very player friendly, 5 years. Hopefully he takes it. Okay, he does take it. Now, Kenny Sermon, I guess I gotta wait till the end of the year. Zach Weldon, I have to wait till the end of the year. Probably the same for Forbes, yeah. So I'm gonna have to wait till the end of the year for these three. Maybe restructure some contracts, but hopefully I can get all three of them back. Trevor Lawrence, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a 77 completion percentage and sacked 12 times. Rushing, 280 yards and a touchdown from Stoudemire, 3.5 yards a carry. Not great. He definitely needs to step it up. Receiving, Cherry with 540 yards and 6 touchdowns, 300 and no touchdowns for Rhodes, 260 and 2 touchdowns for Fletcher, and 260 and 2 touchdowns for Addison. Sacks, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. Tackles, 54 for Simpson, leads the team. Spence with 5 TFLs, he leads the team. Sacks, 5 for Weldon, 3 for Clancy, 1.5 for Simpson, and 1 for a couple of people. Interceptions, none. Weldon leads the team in deflections with 3, no forced fumbles, no block kicks, no safeties, and no touchdowns. Okay, we finished the season 12-5. We have to go against the 10-7 Texans. Looking at the playoff bracket, the Bills and Eagles have the first round bye. It's Jags, Texans, Ravens, Patriots, Raiders, Browns, Packers, Cowboys, Bucks, Giants, and Niners, Bears. Trevor Lawrence with 4,400 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions with a 78 completion percentage, sacked 30 times. This is probably top 5, maybe top 3 in MVP voting. Rushing, Stoudemire picked it up in the last half of the season with 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 4.6 yards a carry. Receiving, Cherry with 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns for Rhodes, 900 yards and 7 touchdowns for Fletcher. And you can see Jordan Addison. He's starting, you can see stats-wise, he's starting to regress. 660 yards and 7 touchdowns. Not great for him. Blocking, 6'6", Tackles, JOK leads the team with 129. TFLs, Clancy leads the team with 16. Sacks, 10 for Weldon, 4 for Clancy, 3.5 for Spence, and 2.5 for Thomas. Interceptions, 2 for Baskerville and 1 for a couple of people. Deflections, Simpson leads the team with 11. Forced fumbles, 1 for Garland and 1 for Weldon. Block kicks, none. Safeties, none. And touchdowns, none. Yearly awards, Andrew Blair wins MVP. Trevor Lawrence comes 5th. Coach of the year, we come 4th. Offensive player of the year for the AFC, we come 6th with Trevor Lawrence. And 9th with Alani Cherry. Defensive player of the year for the AFC, we have nobody. Offensive rookie of the year for the AFC, Dalton Merritt at 4th. Defensive rookie of the year for the AFC, Marcus Spence at 3rd. And Doug Jones at 10th. Best QB, Lawrence at 2nd. Running back, Stoudemire at 2nd. Receiver, Alani Cherry at 5th. O-line, Trayvon Carr at 3rd. D-line, nobody. Linebacker, nobody. DB, nobody. And kicker, Daniel Crowder at 3rd. Okay, let's see if we can beat the Texans in the wild card round. Okay, we beat the Texans. Now we have the Ravens in the divisional. We beat the Ravens. Now we have the Browns in the AFC Championship. Okay, so I can see that the Eagles beat the Bucks and we beat the Browns. So I guess that means it's Eagles, Jags. I'm pretty sure we faced the Eagles in the Super Bowl once before and we beat them. So I guess this is their hopeful comeback, revenge story. But we can go ahead and look at the Eagles team first. Eagles. So QB, they still have Jalen Hurts, who's a 92. Running back, they have Bryson Tyson. Bryson Tyson, that's a name. Who's an 85. I don't think they had him whenever we last. They had some other guy, but it wasn't him. And the guy that they had was trash. But I guess they got a new running back. Receiver, they have a 96, an 86, and an 80. So they have pretty good receivers, a pretty good running back, a pretty good QB, and tight end. They have 90 overall Jack Pierman, who looks pretty good. O-line, they have an 88, 84, 87, 82, and 84. So pretty good O-line. D-line, they have an 81, 89, and 86, and 77. So pretty good D-line. Linebackers, they have a 79, 87, and 75, 74. So linebackers are good. Outside linebackers aren't great, but middle linebackers pretty good. Corners, they have a 90, 87, and 79. The corner 1 and 2 are pretty good, but that slot corner role, it is a rookie, so he will get better. Safeties have a 91 and an 84. So overall, this team is like the Eagles are really good. Okay, looking at the team before the Super Bowl, Stoudemire goes up to X Factor, which is amazing. I'm super happy about that. X Factor 96 overall, only 24 years old. Yeah, he's become a beast. He is a beast. But that seems to be the only depth trade upgrade on offense. Over on defense, nothing seems to have changed. But Jones and Spence are both star dev, which is nice. But team is looking really good. Hopefully we can win another Super Bowl. Okay, let's play the moments in this Super Bowl. Okay, we're in. And the first chance we get is out on offense. On the 20 here. Let's see what we can do. Just a little outside run here. Getting about 3 yards there. Nothing crazy, but I'll take the 3. I'll take what I can get. Let's see. Actually, the tight end was so open. Definitely made the wrong decision on that play, but it's in the past. Stoudemire getting loose and slipping off of a tackle down to the 49. Good run. That was a great run there from Stoudemire. See if we can keep it up. Oh, that almost was intercepted. What if I just go deep here? Let's see. Can't get the ball off. Their D-line is destroying my offensive line. But okay, that's the first down there. Nice. Yeah, their D-line is freaking hammering me. Just go to Stoudemire there. Down to the 15. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a decent run here. Okay, about 2 yards, 1 yard. All right, that wasn't great. Actually, Trevor Lawrence takes off and gets out of bounds on the 3. We'll take that. Trevor Lawrence at what, 32, 33 years old, still has all of his speed. He still has 87 speed, so he's not slow by any means. Stoudemire punches it in for 6. We get the extra point. We're up 7-0. But the Eagles on the 18, 2nd and 2. Gonna hop on JOK here. Going blitz. I kind of read that. He trips, but gets pushed forward to the 10. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, last time we played against them, they had a horrible running back. Now the running back, he's good. He's nothing crazy, but he's pretty good. So we gotta watch out for that. Last time, the running backs were really bad. It was like a 77 or 78 overall, something like that. Jalen Hurts takes off. Even at his old age, he's still moving. What, Jalen Hurts is like, what, 34, 35 at this point? Something like that. And I guess pass. Jalen Hurts, no. Can't get there. Yeah, Jalen Hurts can still move at his old age. 2nd and 3 on the 16 here. Oh, and that's 2 yards there. Hoping to get turned around and get the one last yard that we needed, but it's fine. 7-7. If we can get a touchdown here and kind of chew a decent amount of the clock off too, then we are set. Fletcher there, wide open. We didn't chew any clock, but we still got the touchdown and the extra point, so we're up 14-7. 3rd and 7 on the 46 for the Eagles. This should be an obvious pass. Jalen Hurts gets sacked. Huge. They're going to have to punt it. We don't do anything with it, though. Red zone alert for us. Let's see. Fumbled. And we pick it back up. The Eagles D lineman was literally right there. He could have picked that up so easily, but we get it, which is amazing. Fletcher, can he make the catch? He does. The pass and the catch were perfect. The Eagles need to respond. They do. It's 21-14. Red zone alert for us, though. If we can get this touchdown here, it might be game over for the Eagles. Under some pressure, Trevor Lawrence, though, still has speed and dives into the end zone. Huge. Eagles going for it on 4th down. Let's see if they can make something happen here. They're going to need a miracle. And it's intercepted. Let's go. Let's go. It's intercepted by Baskerville. They do get a touchdown. Well, I guess I can't. It won't let me do that. It did the glitch. They still do get a touchdown, but it's too late. They just don't have time to make anything happen. Oh, juked. Down to the 30. Eagles call their last timeout. We just finished the game off 35-21. It was a close game until like the last quarter. Like the third, like rolling into halftime close is what, 14-7. And then we just, after halftime, we just kept on reeling it away. Trevor Lawrence, 17 for 23, 230 yards, 73 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Stoudemire, 83 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Trevor Lawrence, 36 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Fletcher, 72 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. A sack allowed from Jelani Johnson. We got 3 TFLs, 3 sacks, an interception, 2 pass deflections, no forced fumbles, no block kicks, no safeties, and a touchdown from Baskerville. I think either Trevor Lawrence or Stoudemire gets Super Bowl MVP. So obviously we beat the Eagles 35-21. Trevor Lawrence is Super Bowl MVP. Andrew Blair is MVP. Sean McDermott is Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year. Mason Lafferty, Defensive Player of the Year. Johnny Westerman is Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Abdul Smith is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, looking at offense. Oh, sorry. Looking at offense, Jordan Addison went down to an 85. Rhodes has gone down to a 91. And Trevor Lawrence has gone down to an 83. 88 with morale, but down to an 83. He regressed quite heavily. I mean, to be fair, he's still really good. Like, he still has 87 speed, 92 throw power, and all his accuracies are in the 90s. But he definitely regressed pretty heavily. The 25th ranked QB in the league, which is pretty close to what he started off as. Whenever this rebuild started, I think it was like probably like 27th or 29th ranked QB in the league, something like that. He's a 25th now. We do have Levy. He's only a 74 overall, and he's the 55th ranked QB in the league. But I think I'm just gonna ride it out with Trevor Lawrence the last year. He still has X Factor, which is really good. And then going over to defense, okay. So JOK goes down to an 83, and Trenton Simpson goes down to an 86. So they're both still good. They both still have X Factor too. They're both still really good. Just sucks to see them regress down so far. Okay, re-signings. I'm gonna go ahead and accept Clay Baskerville's 5th-year option. And then for the actual re-signings, I have 54 mil. I can probably make a little bit more from re-signing a couple more contracts. I restructured like 2 or 3 contracts. But the first guy I have to get back is Kenny Sermon. Like, I gotta get him back. 4 years. That much. Hopefully he accepts it. Yes, he does. Next, Zach Weldon. I think I want back 2 years. Exactly what he's asking for. He takes it. Now Peter Forbes, I really don't have the money for. And same for Jordan Addison, Trent Simpson, and JOK. So I might just have to let all these guys walk, which definitely sucks. But I just don't have the money for them. In free agency, I actually have a little bit more money, so I might be able to bring back Peter Forbes. We'll have to just see. But here are the free agents in this year's free agent class. Okay, I'm not signing anybody in free agency. Okay, I'm trading down from pick 32 to pick 33, and I'm getting a 3rd round pick from the Lions. Okay, with my first pick, I'm gonna go with Bryce Gatewood. He looks really good. Obviously, we need another linebacker. Ranked 14, got him at 33, and he's normal dev. Okay, so I'm trading away my 2nd round pick and a 7th round pick to move up a couple spots with the Cardinals. Okay, with my next pick, I'm gonna go with Dexter Studevant. He looks really good. Hopefully he's hidden dev. Ranked 12, got him at 34, and he is hidden dev. Nice. Yeah, later on, like, this is just broken. Trading away a 3rd round pick for a 2nd round pick straight up. Yeah, this is just crazy. Okay, I'm trading away another 3rd round pick, a 4th and a 5th for a 2nd from the Broncos. Okay, with my next pick, I'm going to go with Joel Glenn. He looks pretty good. Hopefully he's hidden dev. Ranked 45, got him at 41, and he is hidden dev. Okay, with my next pick, I'm going to go with Trey Childress. He looks pretty good. Since the other linebacker was normal dev, hopefully he's hidden, and he is. Okay, I'm trading away Kenny Clifford and a 7th round pick this year for the Rams' 3rd round pick. Okay, the last player I'm going to take is Britton Claxton. He doesn't look like anything crazy, but he looks pretty decent. Ranked 87, got him at 70, and he's normal dev. Okay, so we got a 75, 75, 73, 74, and 70. Not a bad draft class. Whole NFL. There was an 82, 79, 77, and a bunch of 76s. QBs, there was a 72, 73, and then nothing else. Okay, and another just fleece because of the coach upgrades, but Gatewood, uh, I'm trading Gatewood for Hawkins from the Lions. Okay, so this is the team going into the final season. This is the offense. We now have Hawkins as our wide receiver too. Uh, but that and Glenn as our center. I almost forgot about that. And then going over to defense, we now have Childress and Stewart Vant as our middle linebacker and right outside linebacker. And that's the only change on defense. Okay, we're 4-3 at the midseason with 17 players ready to negotiate. It doesn't really matter because this is the last season, but still, I mean, I'm still gonna try to get some of these players back. And he takes it, which is nice. There's also Stephen Colbert, Trayvon Carr, Philip Clancy, Julius Sutherland, Cam Garland, Jelani Johnson, Trevor Lawrence. There's a lot of players, and Clayton Miller's 5th-year option. No, his contract. But Trevor Lawrence will probably be off the team after this season, to be completely honest, at 33, 83 years old. But there are a lot of important players here. Stephen Colbert, I would love to get him back. Give him that. He takes it. Trayvon Carr, we just don't have the money for it, so you'd have to wait till the end of the year to get probably any of these players back. You could get Trevor Lawrence back, but I think you just gotta wait till the end of the year if you want to re-sign any of these. Trevor Lawrence, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a 70 completion percentage, sacked 7 times. Stoudemire, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4.0 a carry. Cherry, 550 and 5 touchdowns, 410 and 4 touchdowns for Rhodes, 370 and a touchdown for Hawkins, 230 and a touchdown for Fletcher. Blocking, 2-2-1-0 and 0. Tackles, Studevant with 51 leads the team. TFL's Weldon with 9 leads the team. Sacks, 7 for Thomas, 5.5 for Weldon, 5 for Clancy, 3 for Spence, and 2.5 for Studevant. No interceptions. Jones leads his team in deflections with 4. Forced fumbles, 1 for Jones. No block kicks, no safeties, and no touchdowns. Okay, we finished the season 12-5. We have the Colts in the wild card round. Playoff bracket, you have Raiders, Buccaneers with the first round bye. Jags, Colts, Bills, Texans, Browns, Broncos, Lions, Giants, Commanders, Panthers, and Rams, Packers. Trevor Lawrence, 4,700 yards, 39 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Sacked 20 times with a 72 completion percentage. Stoudemire did not have a good year. 820 yards, 11 touchdowns, 3.7 a carry. Cherry, though, 1,500 yards and 19 touchdowns. 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns for Rhodes. 880 and 5 touchdowns for Hawkins. And then 760 and 5 touchdowns for Fletcher. Sacks, 7.542 and 0 from Sutherland. Tackles, Studevant with 116 leads the team. Clancy with 21 TFLs, 17 for Weldon, 15 for Spence, and 11 for Thomas. Sacks, 13 for Weldon, 8 for Clancy, 8 for Thomas, 5 for Spence, and 3.5 for Studevant. Interceptions, 3 for Garland and Lynch, and then 1 for Colbert, Jones, and Sermon. Deflections, Jones leads the team with 8. Forced fumbles, 1 for Jones and 1 for Colbert. No block kicks, a safety from Clancy, and no touchdowns. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Tracy Daniels. Trevor Lawrence comes 3rd. Coach of the year, we make it at 6th. Offensive player of the year for the AFC, Alani Cherry at 2nd. Trevor Lawrence at 4th. Defensive player of the year for the AFC, Zach Weldon at 5th. Offensive rookie of the year for the AFC, we have nobody. Defensive rookie of the year for the AFC, Dexter Studevant wins it. And Trey Childress at 8th. Best QB for the AFC, Trevor Lawrence at 2nd. Running back, Matthias Stoudemire at 5th. Alani Cherry at 2nd for receiver. O-line, Julius Sutherland at 1st. And Joel Glenn at 10th. D-line, we have Zach Weldon at 6th. Linebacker, nobody. DB, Cam Garland at 6th, and Levi Lynch at 8th. Kicker, Daniel Crowder at 4th. Okay, we have the Colts in the wild card round. Okay, we beat the Colts. Now we have the Bills in the divisional. Okay, we beat the Bills. Now we have the Raiders in the AFC Championship. Okay, so I can see that the Lions beat the Panthers. Seeing that it says contract extended, I'm pretty sure that means we lost. Just gonna make sure though. And yeah, we did lose. So it's Raiders, Lions in the Super Bowl. So the Raiders beat the Lions 14-10. Victor Roster is Super Bowl MVP. Tracy Daniels MVP. Marvin Fowler is Coach of the Year. J.D. Traylor Offensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson Defensive Player of the Year. Ty Bush is Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Dexter Studevant is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, so looking at the team after the Super Bowl, Rhodes goes down to Star Dev and is 89 overall. And the biggest thing is Trevor Lawrence going down to 78 overall. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. He's 34 Star Dev, 78 overall. Yeah, he's done. Levy, if we simmed another season, Levy would be the starter unless we drafted another QB. And Sutherland goes up to Star Dev, or not Star Dev, but Superstar Dev, which is nice. Then going over to defense. Okay, Garland, Studevant both go up to Superstar, and Clancy and Weldon both go up to X Factor, which is amazing. Too bad we don't get to see them go through another year, but that is really, really cool. But this is the final roster, the final season. So I'm going to go ahead and go look at the records. That's what it is. I'm going to go ahead and look at the records. I doubt that we beat any of the actual NFL career records or any other ones, but for the Jags, Trevor Lawrence gets both of the QB ones, pass yards and pass touchdowns. For rush yards and rushing touchdowns, we don't beat either one of those. Receiving yards, we don't beat. Touchdown catches though, Cherry beats it. And the receptions we don't beat. Sacks, Josh Allen beats it, and the interceptions we don't beat it. Over on season, Trevor Lawrence beats pass yards and passing touchdowns. Rushing TDs, Travis Etienne takes. Receiving yards we don't get, but touchdown catches in a season, Cherry gets it. Receptions we don't get. Josh, no, we didn't get that one. And then interceptions we didn't get. Game, Trevor Lawrence gets both of those. Rush yards and rush touchdown, no. Receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, no. Receiving receptions, no. Sacks, no. Interceptions, no. Rookie season, receiving yards, Cherry gets. Receiving touchdowns or touchdown catches, Cherry gets. Rhodes gets receptions. And then rookie game, we get Stoudemire on the rushing touchdowns. And Jones, right? Yeah. Jerry and Jones or whatever. I think we started him only the very first year and then never again. He broke that. That's crazy. But yeah, that's the records there. This is where I'm going to leave off today's video. If you like today's video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave a comment if you enjoyed. Goodbye.